Hello and welcome all to another broadcast of the Lyman Eagles girls basketball team going to play the team from Ethete, Wyoming in Wyoming Indian today. Girls varsity game just about to begin here. The JV game has just wrapped up with Wyoming Indian acquiring a 16-point win in the JV game, and the girls will get warmed up for some varsity action here between the Lyman Eagles and the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. Live on mylocalradio.com should be an interesting broadcast where both of these teams look to really impress today. And if you're a Wyoming Indian fan, the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs will look to remain perfect. They are 17-0 on the season. 17-0 for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs as they take the court, their home court, against the Lyman Eagles. This is the mylocalradio.com pregame show brought to you by mylocalradio.com. Thank you for tuning in to our broadcast today. Should be an interesting game between the Lyman Eagles and the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. Lyman is going to be wearing their blue uniforms today as they take the court. Blue uniforms with the white trim going down the sides. And they will look to compete today against the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. The Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs looks like they're going to be wearing their white uniforms with the, I believe that's blue and red trim down the side. So about 10 minutes away from tip-off here from Ethete, Wyoming, where the Lyman Eagles looking to continue their winning streak. I believe it's going to be a 5-game winning streak if they were to win today. They've won 5 out of their last 6 right now, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to see what the strategy is for both teams coming out of the jump. Wyoming Indian will look to jump on Wyoming's McKiney Bradshaw, Wyoming future Cowgirl basketball star, McKiney Bradshaw. Talked with Jason Hansen before the game, and amongst some other things, Jason had told me that he expects to have a very fast-paced game today, and he said the key to grabbing a lead and sustaining the lead will ultimately result in McKiney Bradshaw. McKiney Bradshaw going to be on the court, and he said it will be a huge factor today to keep McKiney Bradshaw on the court for as long as physically possible, because McKiney Bradshaw will get gassed, as Jason Hansen said. McKiney Bradshaw going to play today and looks to really impress in maybe her stingiest competition she has faced this far. The Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs at 17-0 are no slouch in their own right. Lyman Eagles going to be coached by Jason Hansen, and as always, Jason Hansen talking with the Wyoming Indian coach right now. Alita Moss, the coach for Wyoming Indian here. So the team from Lyman making the about 3-hour drive, I believe it is, from Lyman to Ethete, Wyoming today. Talked with both coaches, and both coaches kind of had a similar game plan, if you would, coming into the game. Both coaches said that they expect a very fast-paced game, a game that will, as both coaches said, probably get up into the 60s, if not a little bit higher than that. The Lyman Eagles coming into this game at 12-4. They have tonight's game, or today's game, I guess I could say, since it is still the afternoon. They will have today's game, and then they will play Lander next Thursday before going back into conference play that following week. I believe it's February 8th. They'll play Mountain View, and will be the matchup to watch for both teams. We'll cover that live on mylocalradio.com, as I always do. Once again, my name is Sean Bennett. Thank you for tuning in. So if you're interested in more Lyman basketball, tune in Next Thursday, I'll be making the trip out to Lander to cover Wyoming. Or not Wyoming, excuse me, I'm thinking about it today. I'll be covering Lander playing at home against the Lyman Eagles next Thursday. That is the next Lyman Eagles lady broadcast, as well as the boys to follow that. And then I will also cover their next game following that on February 8th against Mountain View. So that one should be the matchup to watch in the 3A classification, especially in that 3A Southwest, as both teams will try to come out and take sole possession of that lead in the 3A Southwest classification. It's all about trying to get those matchups in the end of the year when you play against some of those opponents from the other side in your quadrant. And having the number 1 seed can make all the difference sometimes in getting the matchups that you want for your team. Both Mountain View girls and Lyman girls 2-0 in conference play. Mountain View and Lyman did play earlier this year. However, that was a non-conference game. Mountain View won that contest in the Bridger Valley Invitational. They won their championship on their home court in Mountain View. Lyman will have a chance to maybe pay them back in a couple weeks. That'll be on the 8th of February. We've got a couple games in between that, and this one is no slouch of its own, possibly the game of the day in the entire state for girls basketball, as the Lyman Eagles at 12-4 against the 17-0 Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We're going to take a short commercial break on MyLocalRadio.com. Please join us for more MyLocalRadio.com pregame show action, as well as the tip-off and starting lineups for both teams after this commercial break.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Back here on MyLocalRadio.com, where the Lyman Eagles are going to be playing the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs live on MyLocalRadio.com. Looks like our camera has frozen. Just give me a second to try to fix whatever issues we are having here. See if I can get my camera back to its operational form. See what issues we're having. Bear with us here on MyLocalRadio.com. I'm going to try to fix these camera issues if I can. See what has happened to my camera. I'm going to try to have this up and running about 3 minutes away from tip-off, so you're not missing anything, just the pregame warm-ups. Looks like we are good. Just going to turn the brightness back up, change a little bit of the settings around, get it back to where it was. All right, looks like we're good. Thank you for bearing with us through some camera issues. About 2 minutes away from tip-off here. Jason Hansen getting some last-minute tips out as he shakes hands with the officials before tonight's contest. Once again, if you are watching watching my stream last night against Mountain View and Saratoga. I know the stream seems fine now in watching it on the on-demand version. Last night we were having some issues. I called back to our home base at Evanston, tried to get a couple technicians on the line, and when the stream was working live, it was not working. It was freezing every couple minutes, and I believe one of my bosses eventually called Verizon and updated our plan. I don't think our data plan or wireless plan was on an unlimited feature. I think we had a limited amount of data, and I think we had used it up. So the stream was not working last night. So if you do it, I do apologize because I had to shorten that stream. But if you're interested in all of the updates from that Mountain View and Saratoga broadcast, go to our Facebook page at mylocalradio.com, where I updated it in live time on mylocalradio.com on our Facebook page. Just about ready for the tip-off here from Ethete, Wyoming, where the Lady Chiefs will look to protect their home court and go to 18-0 in the season. We're going to take a short break during the commercial, during the national anthem here. Stay tuned.
Sometimes when you're shopping for a vehicle, you're not sure what you want, so you drop by and look at all the options. Other times you know exactly what you want. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, you can call us or schedule a test drive online. We'll have it ready when you get here. We're here to help you get exactly what you want on your schedule. So whether you want to browse or pre-schedule a test drive, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet is here for you. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
All right, back here on mylocalradio.com for the starting lineups being announced. Similar starting five to what we saw against Thursday when the Lyman Eagles played Rich County, and that will be McKiney Bradshaw, Mandy Air, Spring Yagi, Cassidy Nelson, and Olivia Smith, no surprise, in the starting five. And for the Lady Chiefs now being announced is their starters, or their starting five. Jaden Ferris, Sandy Friday, a sophomore. Angela Astorga, another sophomore. Sienna Ostraga, a senior. And number 23, Alexandria Trosper. So 2 seniors and 3 sophomores in the starting lineup for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. A very young team, but do not be put off by their youth. It is sometimes working to your advantage to be a younger team. And you will see a lot of Wyoming Indian tonight, and a lot of pressure being put on as both teams will look to get it going here. Trying to fix the camera issues we're having again. And Lyman wins the tip immediately. McKiney Bradshaw with it now. and a turnover going the other way. Here comes Wyoming Indian on offense for the first time today. Outside shot attempted there by Angela Astorga, missed. Olivia Smith jumps her pass, doesn't get it, and a layup from down close, missed once again by Wyoming Indian. Pressure being implemented, as you'll see all day long from the Lady Chiefs. It is Spring Yagi from the outside, shooting a corner three, misses on that one, and Wyoming Indian pulls down the rebound. They're coming the other way, so less than a minute in, and back and forth action so far, and a double dribble will give it back to Mountain View. So a full gymnasium here. It is very much a college gymnasium here in Wyoming, as I've been told leading up to this game by some of the coaches and some of the other broadcasters I've talked to. This is the nicest gym that I've been in here in Wyoming, and a lot of people anticipating this matchup. Nice anticipation on the pass there from Astorga as she jumps in front and steals that one away, and she has the ball up top, getting it over to her teammate. In the corner with it now is Trosper. Back up top to Astorga. Astorga over to Friday. And Astorga, the sophomore, will run the point here, looking to get some offense going. Lyman playing, looks to be a 3-2 zone, and McKiney Bradshaw steps in front of that pass. Here she goes the other way. McKiney Bradshaw racing down the court, beats the defense down there, misses the layup, gets her own rebound, and puts it off the window and good. A 3-point play for McKinley Bradshaw to open up the scoring in today's contest. The foul will go against Siona Astorga. Her first, team's first, and Bradshaw from the line gets the first to go. So Bradshaw with 3 early points. I talked in the pregame show about what Jason Hansen had been telling me, and he said that keeping Bradshaw on the court will be vital to getting a win today. She is going to get gassed. And it's just about finding those little rest periods and calling his timeouts in a beneficial manner. From the outside, Astorga's got that one, and this game is tied at 3 again. So Wyoming Indian wasting no time there to get back to tied. Spring Yagi never had the pass get to her as that one was stolen. Outlet pass out wide, and here comes the Lady Chiefs down the court and up and under move. Nice play there from Siona Astorga, the senior, who's got 5 early points in this contest. Wyoming Indian fans with a defense chant going on here. A very loud gymnasium. Like I said, it is nearly full here. Spring Yagi gets the rebound on the long side and grabs it and puts it in. 2 more for Spring Yagi. And a 5-all score here with 5:20 to play in quarter number 1. Man, the air goes to the ground, wraps up the Wyoming Indian player, Sandy Friday, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow keeps it with Wyoming Indian here. Nice play, cutting down the lane and scoring is Astorga again. All 7 points for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs coming off the hands of Astorga early on here. 7-5, 5 minutes to play in quarter number 1. A fast pace, just what we expected. Bryce Hansen checked in, by the way, at the last whistle, and Olivia Smith blocked at the basket, looking to outlet it. Ball's knocked behind, but eventually tossed out. A little bit too far, however, as the ball is knocked out of play, and it will be Lyman ball. 4:47 left in quarter number 1, and a timeout for Jason Hansen. So Jason Hansen takes a timeout, using those timeouts very sparingly, very carefully today, as his team will look to get on the scoreboard in the right way. We're going to take a commercial break here on MyLocalRadio.com. Please join us when we return.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Back here on mylocalradio.com, 4:47 to play in quarter number one. Jason Hansen took his first time out, 3 minutes in, trying to once again get those rest periods in as much as possible from McKiney Bradshaw, as well as some of his other starters. Not a very deep bench for the Lyman Eagles, only 8 or 9 players that play consistent minutes. And down low, nice pass from Spring Yagi, goes right to Olivia Smith. Or, excuse me, that was Mandy Air. Mandy Air scoring 2 down low. So, Mandy Air coming up big for the Lyman Eagles. Another outside 3. This one attempted long off the rim and goes right into that Lyman bench. Nicole Peden covering up her head. Doesn't want another concussion out of that. Assistant coach covering the face of Peden up with the whiteboard, trying to shoo away any of those defenders. Nicole Peden working her way back from a concussion, by the way, if you're just wondering. On the outside, Bryce Hansen finds herself open, and Bryce Hansen makes her first long ball of the contest, and it is 10-7. The visitors on the scoreboard, the Lyman Eagles, with a 3-point lead. 3:50 to play in quarter number one. And Wyoming Indian with the ball up top. Gets it over to Astorga. That is Angela Astorga this time. In the corner, Wyoming Indian trying to get those 3 points right back. Shot goes out to the free throw line. Rebound goes out to the free throw line. Wyoming Indian gets it. A 3-point from Angela Astorga. Goes the other way. Lyman's got numbers. 2 Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs went to the ground, and a turnover there, probably not what Jason Hansen wanted. Lyman, had they just spread the floor a little bit on that transition play, had a 5-on-3. 2 Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs went to the ground. They ran into each other, so it was a 5-on-3, but Lyman unfortunately turned it over in the front court. Ball is tipped around. Long 3 ball here off the top of the backboard and no good. Rebound down low, fought for, grabbed by Wyoming Indian, and that shot is missed from in close. Bradshaw with the rebound, and here she comes the other way. Bryce Hansen over to Spring Yagi, throws to the free throw line where Cassie Nelson has it. Back to Hansen on the right corner. Hansen's long off the rim. Rebound bounces up, and here comes Wyoming Indian. Ball stolen away. Nice job by Bradshaw to get in the passing lane there. She's got a one-on-one, and might have been a travel there, not called. And the outlet pass goes all the way down the court. 2 Wyoming Indian players cherry picking, if you will. Maybe hadn't gotten back all the way on defense. They were kind of just chilling at half court. And because of that miss, the rebound was outletted all the way into the front court where it was a 2-on-none. Shot from just inside the free throw line, a shooting foul. I believe it's going to be Cassie Nelson headed to the free throw line there. Some of the fans don't like that call. So the foul called against Wyoming Indian, number 23, Alexandria Trosper, the senior. Siona Astorga with 7 points for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs so far. She's the leading scorer in this contest. Nelson, free throw line, a little bit too strong. Rebound fought for by Olivia Smith, but could not get to it. And here comes Wyoming Indian. Over the hands of a player, a Wyoming Indian player, and tapped out of bounds. Bryce Hansen went after it to let it go out of bounds, and a Wyoming Indian player chased after it, but was not able to get there in time. So it is Lyman ball going left to right, wearing the blue uniforms. Wyoming Indian in the white uniforms with the blue and red trim down the sides, going right to left on offense. Mandier feeds it down low. Bradshaw goes up, misses the shot. Mandier gets a rebound, and I believe they're going to call a foul on the shot there. So Bradshaw misses a shot, but because she was being double or triple teamed at the free throw line, there are 2 Lyman Eagles just sitting under the basket unattended. The rebound went right into Mandier's hands, who picked it up and was fouled on a shot. Mandier makes the first free throw. Foul, by the way, did go against Danara Highwalker, a junior from Wyoming Indian, her first, team's third here with 1:34 to play in quarter number 1, and the second free throw is up and good. So Mandier, 5 points of the 13 scored by the Lyman Eagles here. Wyoming Indian bringing it into the front court. That's Astorga in the corner. Back out up top, almost over the head of Highwalker there, and Highwalker left her feet to make the pass. Bradshaw, the long arm, able to knock that one away. She's got it, crossing it into the front court. Spring Yagi throws it down low. Cassie Nelson backing up, and a lot of contact. No call. That was a very delayed call right there. Cassie Nelson shot the ball the first time, but she actually got her own rebound, and then the foul was called. So just a little bit of a delayed call. I think some of the fans might agree that that was a foul. They just might disagree with the timing of the foul call. First free throw is up and good. Cassie Nelson leaned into that one and got it to go. So a 5-point lead for the Eagles, looking to make it 6 from the free throw line here with 1:06 to play. Second free throw is up, and it rolls around, hits the backboard, and drops. Use every part of the rim and the backboard. That's why it's there, and Cassie Nelson goes 2 for 2 from the line. A 6-point lead, 15-9, Eagles lead. Bryce Hansen hits the deck, leaving Astorga open up for a 3. This one goes over to the other Astorga, Siona Astorga, and she drops it off to Trosper. In the corner, 3 ball there, wide. Might have been effective, might have been blocked there, but Robinson was not able to get the shot off. Bryce Hansen going all the way down the other end. Cassie Nelson gets a rebound, goes up, can't get the shot to go. Bryce Hansen ripping away the ball off a pass from Mandier. She can't get it to go, and here comes Wyoming Indian. 25 on the clock here in quarter number 1. 15-9 the score. The visitors, the Lyman Eagles, leading this one. Bradshaw jumps at the shooter. Missed shot there, thrown off the backboard as hard as possible. Looked like he was halfway down and just dropped out. 15-9, 10 seconds on the clock. Bryce Hansen brings it into the front court. Over to Yagi with 5 on the clock. Yagi reverses course to Mandier. 2 on the clock. Air pulls up from 5 feet away, misses the shot. And that's how the first quarter will end from MyLocalRadio.com broadcast of the Lyman Eagles and the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs from Ethete, Wyoming. Please join us for more second quarter action when we return.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk about high great ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology. PetMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digest, overall diet. You and I both see Peppy much you can. Order them supplements today at PetMinerals.com.
Back here in Ethete, Wyoming, where the Lyman Eagles girls basketball team doing well so far, leading this contest by 6 as we begin a second quarter action. Ball thrown down low, missed shot. McKiney Bradshaw fighting for the rebound, couldn't get it, and Trosper brings it across the other way. Thrown down low, and that shot is blocked by McKiney Bradshaw. Sends Haley Robinson's shot back into another area code. Lyman with it. Bradshaw pulling up for 3, misses that one by a couple feet. Just did not have the distance lined up there and came up a couple feet short. So Wyoming Indian has it, going right to left, wearing the white uniforms, playing at home here. 15-9 the score. Ball tipped away, and Olivia Smith has it in the deep left corner. Gets it over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw surveying the court in front of her, going one-on-one, crossing the center line, crosses over. Going towards her right, drops her off to Yagi. Yagi reverses course. Olivia Smith, one nice pass to Nelson, passed up an open shot from 10 feet away. Back to Smith. Smith throws it down low. Mandier hits the deck as well as a Wyoming Indian player. Seems like everybody's okay for the moment. Slow to get up is Trosper. Spring Yagi on the right side, gets it over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw sizes up the basket, misses short again. And Olivia Smith, active on the defensive end, nearly stole the pass as she jumped up and anticipated that pass, knocked it out of play. Spring Yagi was there to try to save it, but couldn't get to it in time. So good defensive play there from Olivia Smith. Nearly came away with a steal, but just goes as a deflection. Wyoming Indian crossing that center line here on mylocalradio.com. 17-0 Wyoming Indian, 12-4 Lyman Eagles playing out of the 3A class. Wyoming Indian 17-0 in 2A girls basketball here in Wyoming. Olivia Smith wraps down the rebound, and she might have caught a player with an elbow there. Loud oohs and ahs from the crowd. Someone's still holding their face. Can't see what number of player that is. That might be... It is Angela Astorga who is holding her jaw / her mouth. Olivia Smith trying to wrap the ball away, just kind of swung her elbows out to clear some space, and she wound up clearing that space right into the face / jaw of a player. A lot of oohs and ahs, objections from the crowd. No ill intent from Olivia Smith. Olivia Smith catches the inbound from 5 feet away and gets rejected. Coming the other way is Wyoming Indian. Wyoming Indian, nice crossover move and a lay-in. Score 2 more for Siona Astorga, who has 9 of the 11 now here for the Lady Chiefs. Spring Yagi trying to get that pass down low, and Olivia Smith was cleared off of her line there. Nice little hockey check there from Alexandria Trosper, the senior. This came up from behind Smith. Give her a nice little two-hand shove. Not called. The ball just went out of bounds, so it's getting a little bit chippy here. Something to watch out for. Maybe the refs have to step in a minute or two here and just make sure nothing illegal or flagrant happens. And I believe they just called a 3-second violation. I believe that one goes against Cassidy Nelson, if I saw the numbers signaled to the table correctly. So can't be in the paint for more than 3 seconds. That is the call. And down low, nice pass all the way down low, and that's Alexandria Trosper scoring 2 more. So Trosper and Astorga with the only points here for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. Takeaway down low. Outlet pass goes all the way down to the other side of the court. And Wyoming Indian making another baseline pass. Extra pass, just missed it from in close. Lyman pulls away the rebound here, 15-13 the score. Nearly taken away again. That is Spring Yagi. Yagi nearly throws it away, gets it over to Mandier. Back up top, Bryce Hansen with it now. Hansen puts the ball over her head, tries to feed it down low on the post to Mandier. Couldn't get it there. And a takeaway for Wyoming Indian. Cutting through some traffic there is Alexandria Trosper. So Trosper's got 4, and Siona Astorga with the other 9 for the Lady Chiefs. First free throw no good here. 4:41 to play. Bradshaw checks back into the game, so a short rest there from McKiney Bradshaw. Immediately re-entered into the game here, looking to give her team a boost. Mandier over to Smith, right at the center line. Smith able to cross that midcourt. Kinley Bradshaw with it. Bradshaw up top, crossing over, step back, gives it off to Hansen. Hansen high off the window, back rim, no good. A foul is called against Olivia Smith. Maybe a little bit unlucky there. Smith not protesting the call, so maybe she did get a hand in there and deflect or cause a foul. But it looked like the Wyoming Indian player dribbled it off the foot. Takeaway from McKinley Bradshaw. She steps back on the three-point line, cutting in, being double-teamed Back to Hansen. Thrown down low, and pass was intended for Olivia Smith. Never got there. 3-on-1 for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs, and a little bit too fancy there. Looked like, I believe that was Alexandria Trosper trying to throw it behind the back pass, and it was just kicked out of bounds there from Lyman. Bradshaw defending. Sticks their hand in there, can't get the ball away. And a nice little turnaround jumper gives Wyoming Indian the 16-15 lead. First lead since early in the first quarter. Spring Yagi down low, deflected. This was blocked from behind there. Spring Yagi thought she had an easy basket, but it was being defended a little bit closer than she had thought as she got down low and ball was knocked away. Olivia Smith, inbounding to Bradshaw. Bradshaw up top. Bradshaw right down the lane, lays it off the window, no good. Bradshaw fighting down low, being double teamed. She puts it up, and she is fouled. Nice job to stay aggressive from McKiney Bradshaw as she really did her best to get the ball back. And I believe a timeout has been called. Timeout for Alita Moss. We're going to take a timeout too on mylocalradio.com. Please join us when we return.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Back here on mylocalradio.com, the visiting Lyman Eagles here, trailing by 1. They've had the lead for the majority of the game, but Wyoming Indian just recently retook that lead, 16-15 the score. So very close game between these two teams, but Wyoming Indian holding on to a 1-point lead, but McKiney Bradshaw looking to change that at the free throw line. She'll have an opportunity here to tie and take the lead if she makes both free throws. Bradshaw, a 73% free throw shooter, makes the first free throw. Coming into the weekend, McKiney Bradshaw 59 of 81. And the second free throw is up and good. So 2 for 2 from the line from Bradshaw, averaging about 18.4 points a game. Trying to lead her team to a victory, and that ball is thrown away. A turnover gives it back to the Lyman Eagles. Bradshaw inbounding in the backcourt. Gets it, throws a baseball pass, to Spring Yagu. Feeds it right down low to Olivia Smith. Olivia Smith scores, and that's an easy 2 points there. Bradshaw looked like she was just going to toss it into Hansen. Kind of lulled the defense to sleep. Threw a baseball pass to Spring Yagu. Fed it right down low to Smith. Smith waiting for it and got the basket. Smith has it again. Nice takeaway there as the ball popped up into the air. Smith playing defensive back was able to get it. Smith in the front court now. Lyman's got some numbers. Bryce Hansen, defender coming in late to defend there. Ball goes to the floor, and a jump ball is called. I believe it's going to be Wyoming Indian possession on the possession arrow. 19-16 the score. Lyman Eagles up by 3, but Wyoming Indian looking to push that pace as they have all day today. Crossing over at midcourt is Angela Astorga. Down low. Siona Astorga cutting in, and she's got... I thought the basket dropped. It did not. It fell out. Sorry, I had to look down for a second. So 2 shots here for Siona Astorga. Chance to get back on the scoreboard. She is the leading scorer on the contest today. If I'm not mistaken, that is her 11th point. And she misses the second one short on the front rim. Bradshaw pulling down the rebound, being double teamed, picks up her dribble, tries to baseball pass The ball down the court, gets it off to Smith. Smith picks up her dribble, looked like a travel, not called. Mandier nearly tied up, gets back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw open three, a deep one at that, and she missed, but Olivia Smith's going to get charged for an over-the-back foul. Rolls her head at that one, did not like the call. Looked like she was just fighting for position there, but an offensive over-the-back foul called against Olivia Smith, and that is Smith's second foul. 4th on the team, so no foul trouble for the Lyman Eagles. Just something to watch out for with Olivia Smith, picking up her second here with 2:22 to play in the first half. Taken away at the free throw line by Bradshaw. Bradshaw looking up, gets it over to Smith. Olivia Smith turning. Mandier in the corner, Spring-Yagi back out up top. 5 wide here for the Lyman Eagles as now Olivia Smith steps inside the paint. Spring-Yagi gives it off to Cassie Nelson in the corner. Reversed from Olivia Smith all the way to Mandier. Mandier ball fakes, drives down the lane, can't get it to go. And that rebound is gotten by Wyoming Indian, and the ball is popped up in the backcourt. Here comes Spring-Yagi with it, trying to get it off to Bradshaw, and Bradshaw is fouled as she elevated to catch that pass. Was bumped into from a Wyoming Indian player. Jason Hansen really pacing down the sidelines. Wants a substitute to come in. It is Bryce Hansen. So Coach Jason Hansen was near midcourt, and he was sprinting down the sideline to go tell Bryce Hansen to check in here. A whistle called. Wyoming Indian had 6 players on the court. The refs let them substitute it out instead of calling it technical. Mandier over to Bryce Hansen. Mandier on the left side, Bryce Hansen on the right side, top of the key. Olivia Smith trying to jump in and get that pass, stolen away by the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. Wyoming Indian taken away, Bryce Hansen for Lyman, and then she traveled with it. I think Bryce Hansen saw maybe some open court in front of her to dribble and got a little bit too excited there, started to walk before she had the ball dribbling on the hardwood. Inbound underneath the basket here for Wyoming Indian. Hansen defending. Thrown down low. Smith trying to defend that low post. And that's 2 more for who else but Alexandria Trosper. It's been Siona Astorga and Alexandria Trosper, the 2 players that have scored for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs today. Mandier over to Olivia Smith in the left corner. Smith back out up top to Bradshaw. Bradshaw will hold the ball for a second here. 45 seconds on the clock. Lyman Eagles tied at 19 here. Not exactly as high-paced scoring effort as we might have expected coming into the game, but still a back-and-forth contest. Olivia Smith, ball near midcourt. Lyman might try to just make this a 1-possession half here. Nearly stolen away by Bryce Hansen. McKiney Bradshaw cuts in, gives it back to an open 3-point shooter. Spring-Yagi's got it. Spring-Yagi from outside, and that was all because Wyoming Indian gambled in, tried to jump in front of that pass and intercepted, did not work out, and here they come the other way. Going to the hardwood is a player for Wyoming Indian, and I believe that is a Sandy Friday going to the free throw line for 2 shots as she was fouled, trying to maneuver herself into position down low. Foul called against McKinley Bradshaw, and first free throw from Friday is missed. Friday 14 of 24 from the free throw line at 58%. 10.7 on the clock here before halftime. Jason Hansen's going to get one last time out here. Maybe going to set up one play on a make or miss on this free throw. His team enjoys a 22-19 lead, so Lyman has led pretty much throughout. Wyoming Indian has gotten the lead a couple times in this second quarter, but for the most part, it's been the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs fighting from behind in this one. Not too far behind at any point in the game. I think Lyman's largest lead might have been at 7, if I'm not mistaken. So 10.7 on the clock. Sandy Friday, a 58% free throw shooter, at the line for one more Siona Astorga, the leading scorer for this team, at 15 points a game. Almost hit that average here in the first half. And second free throw is good. Inbound in the backcourt to Bradshaw. Bradshaw picks up her dribble, trying to fight through a double team, and she is fouled with 6.6 to play. And that is of note because that will send the Lyman Eagles all the way down the court to the free throw line to shoot with 6.6 to play. So nearly 3.5 seconds come off the clock there, almost 4 seconds. Or about 4.1 came off the clock there. It didn't look like Lyman was really going to get much out of it, but Bradshaw able to maneuver herself and get to the free throw line. Bradshaw's first free throw is good, so she's 3 of 3 from the line tonight, or 4 of 4. She had a 3-point play to open up the contest, went to the free throw line earlier, made them both. And she's got another one here. Bradshaw's second is good. 5 of 5 day for her from the free throw line. And with 4 on the clock, Wyoming Indians got to get a shot up here. And they don't even see the clock. They're not going to get a shot off. That shot will not count even had it gone down. And that's how the first half will end. So McKiney Bradshaw able to create some offense near the end of the quarter. 24-20 going into the halftime break on MyLocalRadio.com. Please join us for the MyLocalRadio.com halftime show after this commercial break.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Back here in Ethete, Wyoming, where the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs and the future Wyoming Cowgirl basketball star McKiney Bradshaw led Lyman Eagles in a tight contest throughout this one so far. 24-20 the score at halftime. Just under 7 minutes before we will resume action, where the Eagles and the Lady Chiefs looking to get a win. on this Saturday afternoon. Following this contest, stay tuned for more boys action where the Lyman Eagle boys you see warming up on the court during this halftime shooting contest they have going on the other end. The Lyman Eagles and Wyoming Indian Chiefs going to be playing following this broadcast on the same stream, so just stay tuned if you're interested in watching the game between those two teams. Lyman Eagles and the Wyoming Indian Chiefs to follow this one, but we've got a tight second half on the way where the Lyman Eagle girls basketball team and the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs are going to be playing to try to get that win. Wyoming Indian a perfect 17-0 on the season. They'll try to go to 18-0 with a win today, but they will have some work to do. They've got some work to do if they want to remain perfect, because the Lyman Eagles not rolling over, and they're not going to let this one just go. As I believe Lyman won in a tight contest last year at Lyman between these two girls' teams. And here at Wyoming Indian, a very nice gym. Very much so, like a college gymnasium here. So a strong first half from a couple players from Wyoming Indian. Let's go over some of that as well right now. 20 points in the first half. I believe we had 6 points, if I'm not mistaken, scored by Alexandria Trosper and 14 from Siona Astorga. Yes, those are the only 2 people that scored. If you're looking at the scoreboard saying, wait, that total's up 20. Yes, Wyoming Indian, the Lady Chiefs, have only had 2 players score in this first half, but they still have 20 points, and they're only down by 4. Meanwhile, the Lyman Eagles have had a much more balanced scoring effort. Olivia Smith with a few points. McKiney Bradshaw going to the free throw line, 5 of 5 on the day, including a 3-point play to open up the scoring today. Meanwhile, Mandiero's gotten a couple buckets of her own, and Spring Yagi hit a 3 from the right corner right before halftime to give Lyman what was a 2-point lead. So the Lyman Eagles here just kind of have to go into halftime, and you would expect Jason Hansen to really tell his players to hunker down on those 2 players. Trosper averages 14.2 points a game coming into this contest. Meanwhile, Siona Astorga leads the team in scoring at 15. So 2 players above double digits in scoring per game. And both players well on their way to pass or reach their mark of scoring averages. Once again, Siona Astorga with 14 on the day so far. She averages 15, so you'd assume she's going to get a couple points in the second half at the very minimum, so Astorga will look to raise that per game average. Meanwhile, Mina Weil on the Lyman Eagles side, just going to break down some of their stats on the season so far. This was before the Rich game, so not including those Rich statistics from Thursday when I was at Rich County in Utah, where the Lyman Eagles played the Rich Rebels and won that contest. Bradshaw going into the weekend at an average of 18.5 points a game, so Bradshaw right about under 19 a game. She has been the leader for this team, but believe it or not, the Lyman Eagles do have some scoring kind of spread out throughout their lineup. Olivia Smith averaging 10 points a game, 9.9 going into that game against Rich. She did knock knees, get a stinger, I believe, or it might have been an ankle. I think I was talking to Olivia Smith after the game on Thursday. I think she said she rolled her ankle against Rich, so luckily for her, she seems to be fine, playing with no hampering in any of that as far as that goes. So Olivia Smith with 9.9 a game. She's right under that mark. I believe she's got 6 in the first half. Cassie Nelson averages 5. Bryce Hansen with 7. Bryce Hansen made a 3 from the outside. Wasn't able to necessarily get all of her shots to fall in the first half, but Those shots that she did get to fall were important. McKiney Bradshaw, by the way, just a stat that I found interesting, something you don't see every day. McKinley Bradshaw averages 6 steals a game. That is an abnormally high number for a high school basketball to average 6 steals a game. See Olivia Smith out on the court working on some three-pointers here before the second half begins. So Olivia Smith made a few in a row. Hopefully she didn't. Hopefully she saved some for our in-game festivities. Obviously, the ones that you hit in warm-ups and pregame and et cetera, those are always nice to make, but you want to make the ones that count as well. Just about ready to get set here. Second half action from Ethete, Wyoming. It will be a Lyman possession to start the second half. Jason Hansen giving his team some last-minute instructions. Do have a healthy amount of Lyman Eagles supporters in the gymnasium today, so making that decent-sized trip. I know a few parents at home, a few family members watching this one, so we really do appreciate you. Hopefully you're not listening to the game on mute. If you are, don't tell me if you see me. It'll hurt my fragile ego. I'm kidding, of course. So we're just about ready to get set here, second half action. It will be Mandy Air inbounding the ball at midcourt. Nobody in the backcourt. Spring Yagi gets it right at center court. Gives it off to Air. Back over to Yagi on the left side. Yagi throws it to the corner where Nelson has it. Nelson trying to feed it inside to Bradshaw. Couldn't get it there. Yagi with it on the left side now. And Yagi's pass tipped around. And the ball goes down to the floor. A jump ball is called. So Lyman Eagles turn it over on the opening possession of the second half. Probably not what Jason Hansen envisioned in starting the second half. Moving to the left. That is Astorga looking for the ball down low. Can't get it there. Bradshaw steals it away. So, as I said, 6 steals a game on average for Bradshaw. I believe she's got 5 here, including that one. Very active hands. Knows where to be. And get in those passing lanes. Does McKinley Bradshaw. Bradshaw on the left side looks to be open. And immediately had a Wyoming Indian player running to guard her. That was Friday. Don't want to leave her open from outside. Bradshaw. Open 3, and there it is. So once again, Wyoming Indian gambles on a pass, tries to jump the passing lane, and because they missed, it left McKinley Bradshaw wide open for 3. So a couple times today, Wyoming Indian has gambled, tried to get that steal and coast-to-coast finish, but could not get it there. And speaking of not getting it there, Alexandria Trosper tried to feed it down low to the low post for an inbounds pass, but for an outlet pass. Couldn't get it there. Ball went out of bounds. Nice pass all the way down the court for Bradshaw to Spring Yagi. Spring Yagi could not get it down low. Lyman stepping out to pressure on the defensive end just a little bit in the front court here. Blocked from behind Bradshaw, and Bradshaw, I believe, is going to get a foul charged. 6.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3 here. McKinley Bradshaw, second foul, first of the second half for either team. And the first free throw is no good. So Siona Astorga and Alexandria Trosper, the only 2 players that have scored for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs here. 20 points. Now make it 21 for the 2 of them as Astorga has 15. Mandy Air throwing it to midcourt. Ball knocked away out of the hands of Spring Yagi. Mandy Air tried to take a charge and instead wound up with a block. Mandy Air was in position there and then just didn't fall down. Sometimes you'll get that call if you don't fall down, but other times officials like to see the motion of you falling to the ground, taking a charge. So a blocking foul was called. I think they said that Mandy Air got the Wyoming Indian Lady Chief with her knee there. First free throw was good. Second one tried and true again. So that is Siona Astorga, 17 of the 23 here Cassie Nelson gets the inbound pass, feeds it out to Olivia Smith. Olivia Smith tried to go baseball pass over to Spring Yagi and knocked out of bounds there from Wyoming Indian. That is Mandier up at top with it. Air goes to the free throw line. Smith goes to the corner. Cassie Nelson being doubled. Back to Smith. Smith jumps up, gets back to Nelson. Bradshaw leaps up, taps the pass around, finds it right down low and puts it up and is fouled. So McKinley Bradshaw back to the free throw line for 2 more shots here. McKinley Bradshaw, maybe a little bit lucky there, was able to tap the ball. Nice play. And the ball was just kind of sitting on the floor. A couple players went after it. No one really hit the deck trying to dive after the ball. Bradshaw was able to pick it up and go up and try to get the free throw. Try to get the ball. She got 2 free throws, and the first foul shot is no good. Second free throw is good, so Bradshaw, first miss of the game from the free throw line for Bradshaw there. 6 of 7 from the line for her. On the left side, that is Astorga with it. Over to Angela Astorga. Up top, that was Jaden Ferris. Turning, spinning, and winning down low is Alexandria Trosper. Once again, 2 players, 25 points for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. And that ball is off of the hands, I believe, of McKinley Bradshaw and out of bounds. So that will be a Wyoming Indian possession again here. 28-25 to score. Lyman leads. 5.5 minutes to play in the quarter. And immediately turned right back over to the Lyman Eagles. Nearly stolen there. Not a good pass from Mandier. Not a lot of movement from Lyman here on these inbound passes as they just try to pass it and not come to the ball, meaning you have to come to the pass, and that's exactly what Cassie Nelson did not do there. Cassie Nelson waited for the ball to get to her. It did not go to her, and 2 Wyoming Indian players able to jump out in front. And speaking about jumping out in front, Angela Astorga, the first player not named Siona Astorga, or the player right there, Alexandria Trosper, to score. 29-28. Wyoming Indian with the lead. Another steal. Coming down the other way. Shot missed from in close and off of the hands of Wyoming Indian out of bounds. This has not been a good start to the second half for the Lyman Eagles. And Jason Hansen senses that and calls a timeout. The gym rises to its feet here. 29-28, 4:54 to play in the third quarter. Join us after this commercial break.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Back here in Ethete, Wyoming, the Lyman Eagles had a 4-point advantage at the break, 24-20. But the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs have raced out to retake the lead here, 29-28, off of several steals in a row. Cassie Nelson gets the inbound in the backcourt. Looked like she traveled with it. No call. Bryce Hansen wildly throws it down the court. Somehow Bradshaw tracks it down. Bradshaw puts it up. No good. Gets her second opportunity and scores. McKinley Bradshaw from down low. Just the athleticism of Bradshaw to track down that errant pass and somehow get a layup out of it. Missed the layup. Got her own rebound and got another opportunity. Rebound goes to the corner. Cassie Nelson gets over to Hansen. Hansen tosses up on the left side. Bradshaw not slowing down. Races down the court. Mandier over to Bryce Hansen. Bryce Hansen misses everything there. But fighting for the rebound down low is McKinley Bradshaw. Bradshaw picks it up. And it will be a Lyman Eagle possession here on the arrow. 30-29 9 the score. Lyman with a 1-point lead. Tap back to Hansen. Hansen throws it down low, and Bradshaw is fouled. They're going to say that was a shot, so McKinley Bradshaw back to the line for 2 shots. Bradshaw's first shot is no good. Makes her 6 of 8 from the free throw line today. Bradshaw came into the weekend shooting 73% from the free throw line. And the second shot is good. Wyoming Indian crossing the center line. 31-29 the score here. 4 minutes to play in quarter number 3. That shot is altered by Lyman. And doubled into the backcourt is Mandier. Mandier goes to the floor, and it is a traveling violation. So once again, the Lyman Eagles have not been able to break this pressure from Wyoming Indian, especially in this second half. It has been kind of a struggle for them to get going, and that one is inbounded right to the feet of McKinley Bradshaw. Wyoming Indian inbounding on the baseline. Down low, reverse layup, no good. Second opportunity, no good, and Bradshaw gets the rebound. Bradshaw coming the other way, going right to left. Lyman in the blue uniform. Spring Yagi drops it, picks it back up. Over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw moving towards the left, cutting through the lane. Through some contact, no call. Chases down her own rebound on the low block and lays it up off the window and good. So the second half, especially late here, has been McKinley Bradshaw taking over right when her team needs her the most. Bradshaw leans in, pokes it out. Spring Yagi's got it. One-on-one coming the other way. Yagi misses the layup, but chasing down the rebound is one of the smallest players on the court, Bryce Hansen. She's able to get the ball, go up, and is fouled. 2 shots coming for Bryce Hansen, who is a 93% free throw shooter. A small sample size, but we'll have to see how Bryce Hansen's form looks after this timeout on MyLocalRadio.com. Please join us when we return for more action from Ethete, Wyoming.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you ought to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Coming out of this timeout, it is Bryce Hansen headed to the free throw line. She has 2 opportunities to score. Sorry, this little girl right in front of me is playing with Kevin Lueck. They were tossing these little foam balls up into the crowd, and Kevin Lueck got one of them and handed it to his little girl, and she just picked it up and threw it right back to Kevin Lueck. Bryce Hansen goes 0 for 2 from the line, so 93% free throw shooter, albeit a small sample size, only 13 of 14, misses 2 there, and Wyoming Indian coming the other way. That is Olivia Smith's 3rd foul, by the way, so that is of note for the Lyman Eagles. With 3:02 on the clock, and the first free throw from Siona Astorga is up and good. Astorga now with 20 points on the evening, make it 21. Bradshaw inbounding in the backcourt. Over to Hansen. Bradshaw's pass is nearly intercepted, but just knocked out of play there. So Lyman will have it right at midcourt. 33-26 the score. Bradshaw back over to Hanson. Bradshaw up top. Bradshaw working down the right side of the paint, and oh my goodness. McKinley Bradshaw is down in a lot of pain. This is not good for the Lyman Eagles. McKinley Bradshaw stepped on the foot of a Wyoming Indian player. Believe she rolled that ankle, twisted that ankle. Hopefully it's nothing serious. She is able to put some weight on it as she goes to the sideline. Jason Hanson taking her to the end of the bench. That is a dangerous and scary thing for the Lyman Eagles, who are already working with a limited bench. Bradshaw working on her own ankle herself at the end of the bench, trying to put some tape on it here. Hopefully she's okay. That was a scary injury. I know immediately I could see McKinley Bradshaw rolling on the ground in pain. That is not something you see from McKinley Bradshaw. So you know if she's on the ground for any extended period of time, it's a serious injury. And some of McKinley Bradshaw's family comes down on the bench and will help tape up. Looks like maybe the ankle. I think that's Randy Christofferson from the Chiefs Sports Medicine helping tape up McKinley Bradshaw. Scary injury for the Lyman Eagles. That shot is missed from Wyoming Indians. Game goes on here. And the Lyman Eagles, playing without McKinley Bradshaw, have a 2-point advantage. And a timeout, Jason Hanson. So I'll try to get an update on McKinley Bradshaw's injury if I can. Please join us when we return from mylocalradio.com.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Back here from Ethete, Wyoming, and if you're just joining us, McKinley Bradshaw, moments ago, went down with an injury. Looked like a rolled or twisted ankle. Getting taped up from Randy Christofferson and some of the other athletic staff here from Lyman, who made the trip to Ethete, Wyoming. Mandier, yes, that's going to be a carrying violation for Mandier as she carried the ball. You can see Bradshaw at the very end of that bench next to Randy in the yellow hat. Still working on that lower leg. I believe it's the ankle, which she twisted / rolled, stepping on the foot of a Wyoming Indian player. That shot is missed from the outside. Olivia Smith has got it. And Olivia Smith going to have to play a bigger role here with McKinley Bradshaw not on the court for the foreseeable future. See what she has to offer. Throws it down low. Cassidy Nelson's shot is high off the window. No good. 33-31. Lyman leads. 1:15 on the clock in the third quarter. Cutting right through the defense is Siona Astorga. And Astorga has got two there. Bradshaw on her feet in the corner trying to work out that ankle. Hopefully she's okay to return. If not today, for the season, you would not want that injury to hamper the Lyman Eagles season, a season of injuries. Nicole Peden coming off of a concussion. McKaylee Bradshaw torn ACL and partially torn MCL. believe partially broken femur as well, if I'm not mistaken. Has really hampered this Lyman Eagles season, trying to fight through some injuries. Bradshaw wincing in pain every time she gets some weight on that ankle. You can see her in the corner there. I'll pan the camera. Olivia Smith at the free throw line makes the first free throw. Second free throw is up and good. So Olivia Smith gives Lyman that 2-point lead back here. McKinley Bradshaw shaking her head. No, like, it's not working out for me right now. Randy Christopherson really just trying to make sure that McKinley Bradshaw is okay. Knowing McKinley Bradshaw, she is such a tough cookie, one tough young woman that I would not doubt McKinley Bradshaw is trying her very best to try to get back on the court, even if it means hampering the rest of her season. Something you don't want, especially if you're a Wyoming Cowgirl fan, because McKinley's headed there next year to play on full scholarship. Another layup there for Olivia Smith gives Lyman a 4-point advantage, and right down low, Wyoming Indian gets 2 right back. They have a chance to get a third at the free throw line. Bradshaw returns back to the Lyman bench with her head in her hands, clearly distraught about thinking whether she can return based on the signals, the nonverbal signals she is giving. I'm not sure if she will return. 37-35, and that one is thrown out of bounds on the baseline. Nice attempt to go all the way down the court, just not executed. 37-35, 13.1 to go. Wyoming Indian has it for the final possession of the quarter, going left to right, wearing the white uniforms. On the outside is Storiga. At the 3-point line, 3 seconds to go. Backing up, shooting the 3 off the backside of the rim, no good. And that is how the third quarter will end. I'm going to go down and try to get an update on McKinley Bradshaw's injury. Join us when this commercial break, after this commercial break. Back here in Wyoming Indian, where the Lady Chiefs have the ball. Up top from outside, 3-point attempt, no good. Ball is deflected out of bounds, and it will be Lyman ball. Cassie Nelson in the backcourt, gets it over to Hansen. Hansen over to Bradshaw. Olivia Smith right inside the free throw line, misses that leaner. And Wyoming Indian has it going the other way. Ball in the corner. Wyoming Indian with it. That is Trosper, giving it back to Astorga. Astorga misses that 3 wide and out of bounds. So as I said, I ran down there. Very tall bleachers here. A lot of steps, so that's why I might seem little bit out of breath. I did get an injury update on McKinley Bradshaw as Olivia Smith misses that shot. Here comes Wyoming Indian down the other way, trying to press the issue. Misses that shot. Bradshaw with it, racing down the court. Gets it off to Olivia Smith. Olivia Smith had to reach behind her to get the pass and traveled, took one extra step there. So we'll go back to Wyoming Indian. As I said, was able to go down there and talk to Randy Christofferson, who was helping McKinley Bradshaw get taped up, as well as Breisha Hansen. And I talked to Randy, and he said that, yes, it's just a severe ankle sprain for McKinley Bradshaw. So a lot of tape was put on that, try to put it back in its correct place, make sure it doesn't happen again. So Bradshaw severely hampered on the court right now, but as I said before, she is one of the toughest players on the girls basketball scene, and she enters the game trying to help her team get a win on the road here. Bradshaw at the top of the key, gives it off to Nelson in the corner. Nelson puts the ball on her hip and has it taken away. Not a smart decision there from Cassie Nelson. Just kind of put the ball out there and let the defender take it away. And coming down the other end is Wyoming Indian, and Bradshaw with the rebound is fouled. So those were the words from Randy Christofferson. A ankle sprain for Bradshaw. Takes her off the court in the third quarter, but here in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes to play, it's a tie game, so Bradshaw back out there, just trying to work through whatever injuries she suffered. Bradshaw at midcourt gets the ball, 2-on-2 going the other way. Bradshaw lays it up, is fouled, and still scores. So McKinley Bradshaw, even with a hampered ankle, is able to get to the free throw line. You can see a visible limp when she's walking around, but McKinley Bradshaw, the strength to really just power through an injury like that and be able to still run is amazing. Bradshaw misses the free throw, and I believe a foul was called there. Fourth foul against Wyoming Indians, number 31, Danara Highwalker, by the way. And now the fourth foul on Olivia Smith. So 4 fouls for both of those players, one on each team. Olivia Smith, probably bigger 4 fouls picked up there, and reaching in to get a jump ball is McKinley Bradshaw. McKinley Bradshaw forces another turnover with a jump ball. Bryce Hansen inbounds the ball to Mandier. Mandier working up the left sideline, has it poked out of her hands, and then she gets it right back. Mandier puts the ball above her head, gets it off to Hansen in the backcourt. Hansen to Ayer. Ayer crosses that center line with it. Olivia Smith gives it to a cutting Spring Yagi, and she throws it away. And going to the basket there, I believe that was Angela Astorga, one of a couple sophomores that play varsity minutes here for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs, and a foul was called. This one's going to go against Bryce Hansen's. That is Bryce Hansen's third foul. Olivia Smith with 4, Bryce Hansen with 3. Both remain on the court here with 5:19 to play. First free throw missed from Angela Astorga. Second free throw on the way is up, and that is good. So a 1-point game here with 5:19 to play. Hansen inbounds to Ayer in the backcourt. Ayer puts the ball above her head, trying to get the ball to Bryce Hansen, and she throws it right into the hands of Highwalker. Highwalker drops it off down low, off the backboard, and in for Siona Astorga. I know McKinley Bradshaw is severely hampered on that ankle, limping around on the court, but you would expect to see McKinley Bradshaw in the backcourt, usually in these scenarios, getting the ball. So maybe that has been the reason why she has not been able to help out on the offensive end, getting the ball in the backcourt. Some of that electricity, the jump that you would necessarily see from McKinley Bradshaw might not be there in the final 4:40. Bradshaw gets it at the free throw line, drops it off to Smith, and Olivia Smith scores. Olivia Smith, have yourself a day here in Ethete Wyoming, in Ethete, Wyoming at Wyoming Indian High School. Spring Yagi, active hands, takes it away right in front of Jason Hansen, tries to get it off to Smith, does, and Olivia Smith scores 2 more. So Olivia Smith having a career day in Ethete, Wyoming. 43 to 44 minutes on the clock here in the final frame. Ball is deflected off of a Wyoming Indian player's hands near midcourt, able to be maintained by Angela Astorga. In the corner, Bradshaw jumps up and deflects a pass, or a shot, excuse me. Bradshaw winds up with it, gives it off ahead. Bryce Hansen, 2-on-1, drops it to Yagi. Yagi down low, and she traveled with it. Jason Hansen puts his hands up in the air. He did not see that one. Tough angle for me to necessarily say if that was a travel without the benefit of replay. And a substitute is allowed to come in. Coming back into the game is the big man, Alexandria Trosper for Wyoming Indian here. 43 to 40, 3:35 to play. Wyoming Indian going left to right, wearing the white on offense. Spring Yagi, active hands, tips it into the backcourt. Trosper up top with it. Trosper cutting to the free throw line. Off balance shot, misses. Bradshaw pulls down the rebound, crosses over, and coming up the sideline, she's got it. Bradshaw not stopping here, gets it all the way to the corner, dishes out to the left side where Spring Yagi has it back up top to Bryce Hansen and Olivia Smith. Hansen on the right side. Lyman wearing the blue uniforms with the white trim on offense, up by 3, 43 to 40. Fans screaming for a call here. They're not going to get one. Lyman holding the ball. The fans screaming for the defense to step up and make Lyman do something. Bradshaw winds up with it down low. Bradshaw misses, and Mandy Air nearly got a three-point play. But instead, Mandy Air will go to the free throw line for 2 shots as she was fouled. Timeout here from Ethete Wyoming. Join us after this for the final 2:45 of action.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Back here from Ethete, Wyoming, where the Lyman Eagles looking to spoil the perfect season of the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. Wyoming Indians 17-0 coming into tonight, or today, trying to defend home court. Lyman trying to steal one on the road. A 43-40 lead. Mandy Air at the free throw line for 2 shots. Air's first shot is good. So Mandy Air from the free throw line gives her team a 2-possession lead. If you're just joining us, McKiney Bradshaw late in the third quarter went down with a ankle injury. She's back on the court just with a heavy limp. So we'll have to see how effective McKiney Bradshaw is late here with 2:40 to play. Wyoming Indian on offense. And a traveling violation is called, so Lyman will get it back here. Lyman wearing their blue uniforms with the white trim. Going to go on offense here with 2:35 inbounding right in front of that Wyoming Indian bench. Bradshaw goes back to get it in the backcourt. Just going to take it slow. Try to get it across that center line. She does. Lyman with it. Bradshaw, nice backdoor cut from Olivia Smith, and she scores. Olivia Smith having a career day right when Lyman needed it. McKinley Bradshaw goes down with an injury. Olivia Smith says, don't worry, I got you. She scores another one, and a 7-point lead for the Lyman Eagles with 2:05 to play. Siona Astorga sitting at the free throw line, calling for the ball. She didn't get it. In the corner, Jumper missed, out of bounds, and to Lyman off of Wyoming Indian. 1:56 to play. Lyman, a 7-point advantage. And a timeout for Alita Moss. We're going to stay right here, but we will take a minute to reset some things. Take a deep breath, if you still have a breath at this point, as McKinley Bradshaw, Olivia Smith, Mandy Eyre, Bryce Hansen on the court. Let's see if anybody decides to come in, check in after this whistle. So just to reset some things, Lyman with a 24-20 lead at the halftime break, a 4-point advantage thanks to McKinley Bradshaw closing out the second half with a few points. Spring Yagi hit a 3 right before the buzzer. And Wyoming Indian jumped out, took the lead in the third quarter in a back-and-forth affair thanks to some steals and some nice defense. And then McKinley Bradshaw decided to take over in that third quarter until about 2.5, maybe, I think it was anywhere between 3 and 2 minutes in that game, in that third quarter, when McKinley Bradshaw stepped on the foot of a defender and rolled that ankle, twisted that ankle, a severe ankle sprain, and she is back on the court. Nice baseball pass down the court. Mandy Eyre loses it, has it knocked out of her hands, is able to control it, puts it up and misses the shot from in close. Here comes Wyoming Indian going left to right through some contact, and Olivia Smith has fouled out, her 5th foul, but the Lyman Eagle fans rise to their feet and give Olivia Smith a well-deserving round of applause, standing ovation. Olivia Smith, a career day. Unfortunately for her, it will end a little bit prematurely, or sooner than she would have liked, as Olivia Smith has fouled out with 1:45 to play. Going to the free throw line for 2 shots is Angela Astorga, and she makes the first. So one more coming here for Wyoming Indian. Astorga only 8 of 20 from the free throw line this season at 40%, but she makes them in crunch time here, 2 for 2. Bryce Hansen in the backcourt gets it over to Mandy Eyre. We'll have to see who steps up here for the Lyman Eagles, with Olivia Smith on the bench with 5 fouls. McKinley Bradshaw being hampered with an ankle sprain. Still on the court, however. Mandy Eyre goes to the ground, no foul called. Bradshaw gets it down low, through some contact, no good. Bradshaw goes, fights for the rebound, and I believe a Wyoming Indian player hit the floor. Well, you hope that's not a concussion or a serious head injury. Jason Hansen right there immediately. It is a Wyoming Indian player on the floor, but Jason Hansen happened right in front of his bench. He saw that. It was a jump ball, I believe is the call from the referees, and McKinley Bradshaw had it, and I can't see exactly who was on the court for Wyoming Indian. The player on the court had it, and the jump ball was called, so Bradshaw let the ball go, and so did this player, and she went down to the floor, and unfortunately her head whiplashed back, and the back of her head hit the floor really hard, and she immediately went down holding that head, and she looks to be setting up right now. Can't see the numbers just because of where it is, the position on the court. But the activities director, the head coach, Alita Moss, right there to make sure everything is okay. Moss stopping to have a word with the officials. Jason Hansen hanging around, making sure nothing serious happens. So that is an injury. Head injuries are nothing to mess around with. Still holding the head there is the Wyoming Indian player. That is Siona Astorga. So that is a huge injury for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs, because Siona Astorga, their leading scorer with 27 today, has to at least sit out one possession. She went right back to the table to check back in, so hopefully she is okay. Three-pointer attempted from outside. It was an open shot, but missed, and Bradshaw pulls down the rebound for Lyman. Lyman has it. 1 minute on the clock, 60 seconds, 47-42. The crowd screaming at the defense, wants to step up and make a play. Bradshaw cutting down the right side. Bradshaw backs it out. 50 on the clock here. Lyman with a 5-point lead, in no rush to shoot the ball. And Bradshaw cuts right down the middle of the defense, dishes it out. Spring Yagi, big shot, banked it in! Spring Yagi found the bank here in Ethete, Wyoming, and cashed in a deposit for 3 points. 50-42 with 30 seconds to go. Outside shot attempted there, no good. Mandy Air pulls down the rebound. Over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw gives it back to Air as she crosses the center line. 25 seconds on the clock. Lyman up by 8, and Mandy Air has it tied up. A jump ball will remain with the Lyman Eagles here. Siona Astorga checks back in after that head injury. Had her sidelined for a minute. 50-42. Lyman, wearing the blue and white trims, has the ball with an 8-point lead. 20 on the clock exactly. Spring Yagi off of her hands and out of bounds. She goes diving on the baseline after the pass. Couldn't get to it. And 18.4, so not what the Lyman Eagles needed there, a turnover. But an 8-point lead with 18 seconds probably should be safe for the Lyman Eagles to get their 5th consecutive win. Ball knocked away. Mandy Air with it in the corner, and Air is fouled with exactly 9 seconds on the clock. That is the 9th team foul for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs, and that will send Air to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. The foul called against Astorga, her 3rd. And with 9 seconds to go, Wyoming Indian 9 seconds away from suffering their first defeat of the season. They'll move to 17-1 on the year. The Lyman Eagles will go to, I believe it's 13-4 their record will be. 13-4 for the Lyman Eagles. They have been hot of late. Shot missed, picked up down low and put in by the Lyman Eagles. I believe that was Hadley Gross who cleaned it up. 2 more for her, and that will end tonight's game. A 52-42 final score. The Lyman Eagles go to 13-4. A 5-game winning streak for Jason Hansen and his team. They will play against Lander next Thursday, live on mylocalradio.com. If you're interested in watching more Lyman Lady Eagle basketball, stay tuned for mylocalradio.com. And join me on Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. on KMYN Radio 99.1 for my radio show every week discussing all of the Bridger Valley happenings. I'll be able to paint the picture, discuss what I saw from Saratoga last night when the Lyman Eagles, when the Mountain View Lady Buffalo and the Mountain View Buffalo defeated Saratoga. And I'll be able to discuss what I saw today from the Lyman Lady Eagles and the Lyman Eagles boys team against the Wyoming Indian Chiefs and Lady Chiefs. So the Lyman Eagles win their 5th consecutive game. That is also their 7th win in their last 8 games, the Lyman Eagles. So the Lyman Lady Eagles move on and win this one on the road. Wyoming Indian suffers their first defeat of the season. Tough one to handle for their team. They had it close pretty much throughout. A 52-42 final score line. Hadley Gross cleaned up the layup right as the clock expired with about a couple seconds to go after a Mandy Air free throw was missed on a 1-1. So, but as it stands, the Lyman Eagles have to be happy with the effort that they saw from their team. And man, was it a great night, or a great day. Kind of losing my place of the time, what time it is here on this Saturday afternoon. The Lyman Eagles girls team winds up winning 52-42 live on mylocalradio.com. Stay tuned. Keep this stream up and running if you want to see some Lyman boys action, as the boys will play the Wyoming Indian Chiefs live on mylocalradio.com. Tip about 10 to 15 minutes away between the Eagles and the Chiefs. Eagles will have their hands full here. Kevin Lueck's squad going to need all they can get. And if I can, I'll try to get Jason Hansen up here for an interview maybe at halftime. Maybe discuss Olivia Smith's career day for the Lyman Lady Eagles, and as well as talk about McKiney Bradshaw, hopefully her health moving forward. And we'll have to see next week. Next game is against Lander on Thursday, so we'll make the trip to Lander. Hopefully McKinley Bradshaw is feeling better by Thursday. She'll have about 5 days to rest that ankle, rest that body, and try to get everything working. Sometimes the worst part is when you're not playing, when you're not keeping active and running around, that ankle can swell up. So hopefully McKiney Bradshaw is okay. Went down with an injury, came back in the fourth quarter, and was big for the Lyman Eagles. So that's going to do it for our coverage of the Lyman Lady Eagles game, but stay tuned to this stream for the Lyman Eagle boys against the Wyoming Indian Chiefs, live on mylocalradio.com after this commercial break.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PepMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PepMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PepMinerals.com.
Back here on mylocalradio.com, where the Lyman Lady Eagles finished off a 52-42 win over the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. The Lady Chiefs suffering their first defeat of the season. They are 17-1 now. The Lyman Eagles improving every day, and a huge effort, a huge game from Olivia Smith I'll try to get her. I'm trying to work my magic with head coach Jason Hansen via text message right now, whether I will be able to get Olivia Smith for a halftime interview after this boys game at halftime. So stick around. Might have a special guest at halftime to be interviewed, and Olivia Smith, a career day for her, a great effort, leading her Lyman Eagles to a victory. And it really was a perfect game for Olivia Smith when she needed it, when her team needed her, because obviously playing against Wyoming Indian, it was a tough opponent to begin with, but then albeit compounded with the fact that McKiney Bradshaw suffered an injury late in the third quarter, and she was back out on the court for the fourth quarter, but albeit hampered due to that ankle injury. McKiney Bradshaw, down with the ankle injury, was able to return, but Olivia Smith came up big and was able to help her team to a victory. So I'm going to try to get Olivia Smith up here if she wants to be interviewed at halftime of the boys game. So if you're interested in watching an Olivia Smith interview, as well as maybe a Jason Hansen interview, head coach of the Lyman Lady Eagles, stay tuned for halftime of this boys basketball game between the Lyman Eagles and the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. No promises, but usually Jason's been good to me in getting these interviews set up, so no promises, but we'll see if Olivia Smith wants to talk about her career day and what it took to defeat the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs here today. Just about ready to get set for a boys basketball game here, and should be a good boys basketball game at that. The Wyoming Indian Chiefs and the Lyman Eagle boys. The Lyman Eagle boys out of the 3A Southwest, 3-12 on the year. Meanwhile, the Wyoming Indian Chiefs at 13-4 on the season. So the Lyman Eagles trying to go on a winning streak for the first time this year. They defeated Kemmer earlier in the week, a very big win for that team. And now we'll have to see if the Lyman Eagles can go on a winning streak. I talked to Kevin Lueck about that, and he said, yeah, it's a great chance to build some momentum if you can get a win, especially on the road against a very good opponent in Wyoming Indian. Obviously no slouch of their own. The girls basketball team is undefeated. The boys basketball team, not undefeated, but they still are having a phenomenal year as well. Expected to make some noise at the 2A state playoffs at the end of the year. So as I said, right about ready to get set for the starting lineups to be announced here from Wyoming Indian and Ethete Wyoming. I believe they're going to have maybe another anthem. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but we're going to stay tuned here. We're going to take a short commercial break during the anthem played here at Wyoming Indian. The national anthem performed on electric guitar. I don't even know how to play the regular guitar, an acoustic guitar, let alone an electric one. So nice job by I believe a student that performed that. Get some high fives from the officials. And we are ready for the starting lineups to be announced. No surprise for the Lyman Eagles. Pretty much consistent between both the boys and the girls on the starting five. Obviously, Andrew Housekeeper being out for the Lyman Eagles due to a concussion hampered the starting lineup, changed it a little bit, but Housekeeper is back and ready to compete here for the team. So the first starter being announced, Michael Kunzler, number 3, Andrew Housekeeper, aforementioned, will run the point. Colin Rogers, number 22. Lucas Hansen, number 23. And number 30, the shooter, Jet Dickerson. Jet Dickerson will be a key part of this team, getting a win here on the road. And here come the starting lineups being announced for the home-standing Wyoming Indian Chiefs. I will say, just to get this out there beforehand, those Wyoming Indian warm-ups that they are wearing are quite possibly the sharpest warm-ups that I've ever seen. It's like the tribal, I don't want to disrespect anybody, it's the tribal attire design on the top of their shoulders / their uniforms. I don't know the official term for it, so I apologize if I'm sounding insensitive by saying that, but those are the sharpest warm-ups that I've seen, possibly in all basketball, let alone high school basketball. So the Wyoming Indian Chiefs getting ready to go. Their starting five announced here. Handshakes go all the way around, and a little bit of a pregame celebration for the Chiefs before they take the court. So we are ready to get set here. It's going to be Lucas Hansen to tip here. Jerry McGill. And the tip is won by Wyoming Indian. Wyoming Indian in the white with the blue and red trim, going to be going right to left. Immediately with the ball is Lane Hill. Free throw line, kicked back out there. Brandon Redman. And that shot is no good, and the rebound pulled down from Lucas Hansen, but a traveling violation in the backcourt will give it right back to the Wyoming Indian Chiefs here. Inbounding is Redman here in Alfred Redman Gymnasium here in Ethete, Wyoming. Sorry, I'm not from Wyoming, so it's taking me a little bit to learn the name and be able to say it. Ethete, Wyoming, and the first 2 points are on the board for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs there as they take the first lead of the game, 2-0 with 7:19 to play. Pressure in the backcourt for Wyoming Indian, and running to the basket, getting it high off the window is Andrew Housekeeper to score 2 points for the Lyman Eagles. So a minute gone, both teams have gotten 2 points. Back up top, Lane Hill moving to his right, pulls up at the free throw line, and that rolls off the rim, no good. Fighting for that rebound down low, and a foul is called. That was Brandon Brown, a senior, who grabbed the rebound. Looking down this Wyoming Indian varsity boys lineup, it is senior-laden team. This is certainly the year for them if they're going to make some noise at the state playoffs come the end of the year in the 2A conference. Ball is knocked around after the shot is missed, and going up for the shot there is Jerry McGill, and he'll go to the free throw line. So I just counted 9 seniors listed on the roster for the Wyoming Indian varsity boys team. 2 juniors, 1 sophomore, and 1 freshman. They're starting their lineups for the team. First free throw is missed. Second opportunity for McGill is up and good. So McGill gives his team a 3-2 lead here. The Lyman Eagles in the blue uniforms going left to right. Housekeeper picks up his dribble, tries to get it down low to Anson. Anson goes up and misses it from in close off the back iron. And here comes Wyoming Indian pressing the effort and dropped out of bounds there. I believe that was Lane Hill to drop it out of bounds, by the way. Housekeeper being pressured by Lane Hill in the backcourt. Gets it across, drops it off to Dickerson. Dickerson uses a screen from Rogers. Anson comes out to set a screen as well. Kunzler had it knocked out of his hands, able to regain it here. Looking to go somewhere with it. Gets it over to Housekeeper. Housekeeper for 3. He's got it. And Drew Housekeeper from downtown gives the Lyman Eagles their first lead of the contest. 5-3 the score. After that long ball from Housekeeper, he's got the first 5 for the Lyman Eagles. Driving down the lane and kicking all the way out. A three-pointer off back iron, no good. Kunzler pulls down the rebound. He's going 1-on-3, and he puts it up, no good. Probably didn't have the numbers there. Probably should have pulled it back, did not. And here comes Wyoming Indians scoring in no time down the other side of the court. That was Brandon Brown, who scored in about 3 seconds on that possession, or that's what it felt like at least. And the ball stolen away into the backcourt it goes, and another layup for Wyoming Indians. So that pressure stifling here. You're going to see that all game long, just like the girls did. Wyoming Indian, both the boys and the girls, love to press and really force the action. Jack Dickerson with the ball on the outside, gets it off to Anson up top. Rogers working down low for Lyman. Back out up top. And the three-pointer was good, but unfortunately a 3-second called against Colin Rogers. Kind of could sense that one coming. Colin Rogers had it inside. He was being double-teamed, and he kicked it out. And then he did not exit the paint. Can only be in that painted area, or it's not painted area on this court, but can only be in the paint, as it is called, for 3 seconds. And then you have to exit, and then you can re-enter. Talking about re-entering right down the paint, that was Brandon Brown again to score 2 more for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs here, and the score is 9-5. Ball back out up top. Anson has it. Anson gives it off to a cutting Kunzler, and Michael Kunzler gets 2 more. 9-7, so Lyman trying to go at their own pace, but also trying to keep up with the scoring effort for Wyoming Indians so far. 9-7, 4:16 to play in quarter number 1 in Ethete, Wyoming. Right down the lane, scooped it up and scored. That was Lane Hill. So Lane Hill with 2 more, and Wyoming Indian fouls Colin Rogers. Goes down in the heap. Like a bowling ball, rolls onto the baseline, gets up. Seems to be okay. Chase Richards checking in for the Lyman Eagles. And Jacob Woodland as well checking in. Richards moving to his right. Gives it back to Anson. Anson up top. Tries to throw it into Woodland, and that ball is taken away. Wyoming Indian picks it up, crossing the center line. Nice pass down low. Back out to the free throw line. Jump shot is up and good. And a timeout for Kevin Lueck. So 13-7, Wyoming Indians scored in a hurry early in this contest. We're going to take a timeout too on mylocalradio.com.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Back here in Ethete, Wyoming, Lyman Eagles timeout, taken by Kevin Lueck, trying to get that pressure breaker set up here. It has been Bradford Brown and Lane Hill, the scorers for the Wyoming Indian, pushing the pace. Once they get a turnover on defense or a takeaway, they always try to push the pace and score as quick as possible. And here comes Wyoming Indian again. Let's see how quickly they're able to score, at least get a shot up here as driving down the lane, kicked right back down low, post feed, and it rolls off the rim. No good on that shot. And the Lyman Eagles have it going the other way. Chase Richards winds up with it. Richards goes up, and he scores a layup. So little taste of your own medicine, if you will. The Lyman Eagles using their quick offense there, transition offense, to score 2 on the outside. That is Bradford Brown. Lane Hill trying to cut through the defense, has it knocked out of his hands. Jet Dickerson throws it out to Woodland, jumps into it, and tried to get it off to Richards, but the ball was taken away. Nice defensive effort there from Wyoming Indian. Outlet pass, stolen, back to Lyman, coming the other way. Jet Dickerson leans through some contact and scores off the window. Got a little bit of a shooter's roll there, hung on the rim for a second before falling through. Stepping right into an unattended free throw line jumper there. Could not get any easier for Brandon Redman, the junior. Lyman Eagles, just no one stopped the ball on that possession, and that'll stop the possession for Lyman as Chase Richards traveled with it. 15-11, high-scoring first quarter so far. 2:12 to play in this first quarter, where the Lyman Eagles have a 4-point lead. Up top, three-pointer, walked right into that one. A nice shot from Lane Hill, who once again was just not picked up and kind of walked right into an open three. Ball is taken away, outlet pass, one on none, and an easy layup and basket. I believe that was Bradford Brown scoring that one. Jet Dickerson picked up his dribble in the backcourt. He's in trouble. Gets it off to Housekeeper. Housekeeper over to Rogers. 3-on-2, and Rogers looked like he traveled, but not called. Dickerson down low, fighting for the ball, or actually Kunzler fighting for the ball. He puts it up and is fouled. A three-point play from Michael Kunzler. Kunzler, not necessarily the tallest player on the court, but he fights through that one and is able to get the ball down low, put it up through the contact, and get fouled. 20-13 here. Chance to make it 20-14 with a Kunzler free throw. And that's up and good. So three-point play finished off there from Lyman. Wyoming Indian in the white uniforms going right to left. That is Bradford Brown looking at his coach, calling out a play. Craig Ferris, the head coach of the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. Back up top. Brown with it. Gives it off to the corner. Three-pointer. Back rim no good. Tapped out. Actually saved, but right into the hands of Jet Dickerson. So a turnover comes the other way. Housekeeper going down the lane. Lays it up. Through some contact. No call. And Michael Kunzler with a missed shot from down low. Tried to get his own rebound again. Could not. Lyman Eagles have to get back on the transition defense. They do, but it leaves open an open three-point shooter. That shot is missed. Bradford Brown using his height gets a rebound. Housekeeper pulls away the rebound, and here he comes the other way. A foul down low. Jacob Woodland. This is a fast-paced action game, back and forth. Both teams not wasting any time getting right into that offense. This is a transition game. 34 combined points. Chance to make it as many as 36 between the two teams with two free throws from Jacob Woodland. First free throw is up and good. Woodland, 6 of 10, 60% free throw shooter. Makes the first. Second free throw rolls off the right side of the rim, so red on average. There's 7 of 12 for him on the year now from the free throw line. 20-15, Lyman with the lead, 30 seconds on the clock. Brown gives it off, three-pointer, and that is good. Bradford Brown with a three-pointer, assist from Lane Hill. Up top, Jet Dickerson for three, misses long off the rim. Chased down in the corner by Wyoming Indian, but they let it go out of bounds. 23-15, 11.4 on the clock. Wyoming Indian have to work quickly here. They want to get a shot off before the end of the quarter. Moving to the right. Back up top, Bradford Brown, 3 feet behind the three-point line. No good on that shot. And eventually, Jet Dickerson is able to pull away the rebound. That's how the first quarter ends, 23-15. Wyoming Indian nearly on pace to score 100 today. Lyman Eagles will need to pick it up on the defensive end if they want to have a chance. Stay tuned for more action after this commercial break.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Coming out of the intermission after one quarter, the Lyman Eagles will have the ball to start the second quarter. Leading this one 23-15 if you're just joining us. Transition offense for both teams has really led to the fast scoring start for both of these teams. Lyman Eagles wearing the blue, going left to right on offense. Down low, Colin Rogers, and one. Colin Rogers, a three-point play. Kind of waited for the defense to jump up there, try to go for the block, and he stayed on the floor and then got an easy layup, was fouled, and will have a chance to cut the deficit to 6 with 7:50 to play in quarter number 2. Free throw is no good from Rogers. Rebound pulled out for Wyoming Indian, and a lob play no good there. Just off the short side of the rim. Got a little bit too far under the rim there was Bradford Brown. But a foul called against Lyman. Lucas Hansen picks up his first foul, the third foul on the Eagles here in the first half. Feeding it right back down low, trying to kick it back out. Up top, three-pointer attempted there. The freshman, Vidal Sabering, scores that one. Vidal into the game for the first time, the only freshman on this varsity team. Once again, 9 seniors listed on the roster for Wyoming Indian. And right down the basket, right down the lane, cutting to the basket is Andrew Housekeeper. He scores a quick 2 for the Eagles. Three-pointer attempted. Bradford Brown started walking back towards his own basket because he knew that one was going in, and he nails the 3. 29-19 the score with 6:55 to play in the first half. Taken away. Not actually taken away. Nice job by Housekeeper to knock that one forward. Gets it off to Rogers. Rogers lays it in. 2 more for the Lyman Eagles. So Housekeeper nearly had his pocket picked, but he was able to knock the ball back towards the free throw line where it was picked up by Rogers, and he scored. And then 2 more points for Wyoming Indian on the other end. 31-21, 6:28 to play before halftime. Jack Dickerson throws it inside. Rogers. Dickerson dives after the ball there. Gets it off to Luke Sanson, who drops it. And here comes Wyoming Indian. They've got a runner down low, and he misses the free throw, but standing out of bounds is a Wyoming Indian player. And it will be a turnover. Kevin Lueck knew he had his hands full with this Wyoming Indian team and trying to stop them, a high-powered offensive team. Put up 31 here through the first almost 10 minutes, 9:51. Housekeeper gets the ball in the backcourt, working one-on-one with Bradford Brown defending. On the left side, that is Kunzler. Back up top to Joseph Turner, who just entered the game. Housekeeper turning around, sees an open lane in front of him, and he laid it in, tried to lay it in, scoop shot, and did not get it to go. And Wyoming Indian has it the other way. Three-pointer attempted, no good. Rebound pulled down from Wyoming Indian, and the ball is loose on the floor. Picked up by Housekeeper, who gets it off to his teammate in the backcourt. Lyman has it. Housekeeper with it. Takes it across the center line, and Kevin Lueck calls a timeout. We'll take this timeout, too, with Kevin Lueck. Join us for more first-half action from Ethete, Wyoming when we return.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
5:31 remaining in the first half. Kevin Lueck trying to coach his team to a victory today. Lyman Eagles, 3 wins on the year, trying to go on their first winning streak of the season. They won at Kemmer earlier this week on mylocalradio.com. And Housekeeper lays it in. So Housekeeper finding some open paths to the basket here in the first half. 31-23, 5:10 on the clock. That is Nate Hill with the ball up top. Hill dribbling it, taking some air out of the ball. Setting up the offense. That is McGill. McGill working to the left. Gets it over to Bradford Brown. Back up top, open three-point shooter. Nice ball fake, cuts inside and banked in there. Maybe not the prettiest finish from the Wyoming Indian Chiefs, but it all counts the same whether you use the backboard or not. 2 points there. And that one, sat on the rim there for, I think that was Housekeeper, and missed the shot. Wyoming Indian pulls down the rebound, and a runner from 6 feet away gets it to go. 35-23 here, a fast-paced action game. Blink and you're going to miss some points being scored. And a foul is called near midcourt there. I believe it went against McGill. No, it did not. It actually went against Lane Hill. So Lane Hill picks up his second foul, and he checks out. So Lane Hill with 2 fouls, doesn't want to pick up a third before halftime. Craig Ferris, head coach, takes him out. Kunzler has the ball knocked out of his hands, able to regain it. That is Dickerson driving baseline. The leaner gets it to go, and 35-25 the score. Baseline jumper good there from Dickerson. Crossover move, back out up top. 3-pointer, and that is good. That is Bradford Brown, who has found his rhythm from outside today. Bradford Brown was about 2 feet behind the line, but the Lyman defender was about 3 feet in front of him, so he just said, all right, you're going to challenge me. I'm going to make that. 38-25 the score with 3:40 to play before halftime. Chase Richards working towards his left, drops it off. Kunzler drives baseline. Kunzler goes up, a lot of contact, no call. And the ball off of Bradford Brown, who tried to chase down in that near corner. I believe it's going to be, yes, it's a sideline inbounds play right in front of that Wyoming Indian bench. Chase Richards to throw it in, tries to get it inside to Turner. Turner goes up through some contact, puts it up, is fouled, and hits it off the back rim, no good. But Joseph Turner to the free throw line for 2 opportunities to score. Housekeeper, Anson, and Woodland head to the table to check in here after the first free throw. It is Joseph Turner at the free throw line with 3:28 left before halftime. First free throw from Turner is up and good. So Joseph Turner makes the first free throw. Turner, 7 of 10 from the free throw line this year. Not a very large sample size for him, but 70% free throw shooter improves the numbers. Turner with one more here. Anson still at the table. Is still at the table looking to check in for Turner. This free throw is good. And he does, so Turner will exit after making those 2 free throws. And cutting the deficit back to 11. 38-27, 3:28 to play. As Wyoming Indian inbounds going right to left on offense in the white uniforms. Bradford Brown is just checking his range, how far he can go out. That was about 5 feet behind the three-point line. Missed the shot, however, and a long rebound goes to Lyman. They miss it from in close. Outlet, stolen away. Andrew Housekeeper goes around 2 defenders, cutting through the lane. Tried to drop it off to Anson. Ball knocked out of his hands, and here comes Wyoming Indian the other way, and they miss a layup. Woodland picks up the ball, gets it over to Housekeeper. Back and forth action here. Housekeeper picks up his dribble and throws it away right into the cutting hands. It's a 3-on-1 and a lay-in there for 2 more points. Housekeeper in the backcourt. Gets it across that center line. 40-27 with 2:30 to play. Kunzler gets up, and a foul on the floor here called against Wyoming Indian. Foul called against number 40, Greg Walker, for Wyoming Indian. His first. That is the team's 7th foul, though, so shooting for the rest of the half will be Lyman. Kunzler's first free throw goes off, and that is knocked out of bounds off of Wyoming Indian and out of play. So it was a 1-on-1 for Kunzler, and he missed the front end, but luckily for Lyman, ball went out of play off of Wyoming Indian. A couple Lyman players have their hands on their hips, a little bit tired here. A very fast-paced action. Wyoming Indian wastes no time in getting the ball up and down the court, and Housekeeper knocks over Nate Hill there, and an offensive foul was called. A little bit out of control there was Housekeeper. Or Anson, excuse me. Anson picks up his 2nd foul. Up top, Nate Hill with it, looking to go back to his right. Lyman looks like they're kind of in a 2-3, an extended 2-3 zone. Anson in the corner defending. Ball kicked out to the right side. 3-point attempt off the front rim, no good. Housekeeper tries to pull down the rebound, no good. A couple of the Lyman Eagles dive after it. Jet Dickerson knocks it out. Nice active hands from Dickerson. 2-on-1 coming the other way. Kunzler crosses over a defender and scores. Michael Kunzler did a nice job of dispatching Nate Hill on the defensive end there. It became a 1-on-none after he crossed him over and scored. Wyoming Indian throws it out of bounds, and with 1:43 to play, Lyman has a chance to get this deficit back to single digits here. 40-29 the score. Anson checks out. Not happy that he's missed a couple shots from in close, I think. That pass was intercepted on the baseline inbound, and Greg Walker kind of put up an awkward-looking shot, but he was fouled, and I believe he's headed to the free throw line. Kevin Lueck looks back towards his bench and throws his hands up in despair, saying, "What are we doing there?" Greg Walker easily stepped in front of that one, read it like a book, and he's at the free throw line for one more after missing the first free throw. Greg Walker, only 3 attempts coming into this game from the free throw line this season. Misses this one, and the second one is good. So 1 of 2 from the line for Walker. Housekeeper in the backcourt, 1-on-1 with a Wyoming Indian player, and that was a couple times that the Wyoming Indian player reached in, kind of created some contact. Jerry McGill, the senior, and this time, second time around, it was called as McGill kind of just ran right into Housekeeper, and a foul was called. Have to have that freedom of movement. That's a saying you'll hear a lot about in basketball. Can't impede the offensive player into where he wants to go. 1-on-1 here for Housekeeper. And he sends the first one off the back rim, no good, and I believe we got an offensive foul. Foul goes against Colin Rogers, his 2nd, so that's of note there for the Lyman Eagles with 1:32 to play. Nate Hill gives it off to McGill. Back to Hill on the left side. Hill and McGill playing a game of catch on the outside of the 3-point line, and that one rolled around and in. Scored for Bradford Brown, and that lead back to 12 here, or 14, 43-29. Blocked out of bounds there. Back to Lyman will maintain possession here after the block was sent out of bounds. Turner with it near midcourt, nearly has it taken away. Ball loose on the carpet. Hardwood housekeeper picks it up, sends it over to Kunzler, and Kunzler scores. So fast-paced action, trying to keep up with it here on mylocal.radio.com. McGill down low, kicks it out, free throw line, Bradford jumper. Bradford Brown step back jumper from the free throw line is good. Bradford Brown's having a tremendous first half here for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. Shot is missed. Joseph Turner comes up with it. Turner misses the shot from in close. Wyoming Indian player hits the deck, and I believe they called a foul on Lyman. That is Joseph Turner's second foul, and that will send it all the way on to the other end of the court for a 1-and-1. Costly foul there for Joseph Turner. Free throws on the way for Wyoming Indian. Bradford Brown, just like he's been making all of his shots here in the first half, makes his first free throw. Bradford Brown averages just under 13 points a game. He is 22 of 29 coming into the game from the free throw line. And that free throw is no good. Missed, but pulled down by McGill. And he goes up, and he is fouled. Actually, excuse me, that is Sabering. We'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Foul committed against Sebering. Foul was called on Colin Rogers, his third. So that is not good for the Lyman Eagles. Second free throw up and good. So that lead now balloons to 17 here for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. 48-31. Cutting down the lane, Rogers misses the shot. Kunzler down low is fouled when attempting to pick up that rebound. (48-31) with 26 seconds on the clock. Michael Kunzler at the line makes the first free throw. I don't think that was a shooting foul. That was a 1-and-1, so nice job for Kunzler to make the first, earn himself another at the free throw line. Kunzler 55% at the free throw line, 32 of 58 coming into tonight's game. He missed his first opportunity on the front end, 1-and-1, but makes that one. And he makes 2 of 2, so 33 points in the first half for the Lyman Eagles. You would think that would be good enough to at least be hanging around. However, the Wyoming Indian Chiefs enjoying a 48-33 lead. And they're going to take this one to the last possession of the first half as Nate Hill is kind of dribbling the ball through his legs up top with 10 seconds to go. 5 on the clock. Hill needs to start moving. Gets it off to the corner. Open three-point shooter. Bad miss there, and the ball eventually pulled down by Dickerson. Shot would not have counted as that long shot misses, and that is the end of the first half here from Ethete, Wyoming, where the Lyman Eagles enjoying a 48-33 deficit. Or the Wyoming Indian Chiefs enjoying a 48-33 lead. Lyman down by 15 at halftime. Stay tuned. I'm going to see if I can get an interview with Olivia Smith, star player for the Lyman Eagles today, and Jason Hansen if they come up here and get an interview. So stay tuned if I get those interviews. If not, I will just break down what I saw in the first half. Join us for more action from Ethete, Wyoming, where the Chiefs lead the Eagles 48-33 at halftime.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PetMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PetMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PetMinerals.com.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
All right, we're back here from Ethete, Wyoming, and I have gotten Olivia Smith to come up to the top of the bleachers and get interviewed today. So I'm going to turn the mic off really quick, hand the mic off to her, and we will start our halftime interview with Olivia Smith, star player for the Lyman Eagles today, scoring over 20 points in a victory, a 10-point victory, 52-42 over the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs.
So I've got Olivia Smith here. Olivia, you had a very good game today. How important was it really to step up in absence of McKiney Bradshaw in that third quarter, kind of knowing that she was a little bit hampered due to what looked like an ankle injury? Was that something that you really kind of focused on that third and fourth quarter? But she did return in the fourth quarter to Bradshaw, but there was a moment where it looked like you just kind of said, all right, I'm going to have to score. I'm going to have to be big for my team right now. Is that something that you kind of had inside yourself, like, okay, somebody's got to step up and it might as well be me?
So I just think, just to keep the intensity that she brings, just to keep that up so we can continue with, keep scoring and keep going and pushing and playing as hard as we can while she's out, and just keep playing as well as we did without her. That's just good.
Now, do you know how many points you had off the top of your head? I didn't keep a track. I didn't have a track. I think you scored over 20, if I'm not mistaken, today. Nice little eye roll there. But anyway, so was that something that you kind of just felt in the game, that you were really just, I know that you have a high intensity in the game where you're just kind of, you love to score in transition and you're always outletting and kind of thing like that. Was that something you felt in the game, like, hey, I'm having a good game, or did you not even realize that you were having a good game?
I don't really know. I just don't really think about scoring too much. It is important, I guess. Obviously, but my focus kind of really is about other things, I guess. Me and my dad try and have a goal of getting 10 other things, 10 rebounds, steals, assists, other stuff like that. And scoring is just kind of the side. It's not really a side, but it's important.
Yeah, it's just a secondary thing that adds on to it. So obviously coming off the bus, a long trip, a 3.5 hour drive for you guys today. Was that something that you have to work through? I know you're kind of used to, especially you being a senior and playing volleyball, you're used to long trips. But especially on a Saturday morning, is that something that you guys had to overcome, or did you feel good coming onto the court today?
I mean, yeah, it felt good. Like, we just like to get like pumped up. We give ourselves plenty of time to get pumped up, like on the bus and just in the locker room, and so we just...
Yeah, I see you wheeling around this giant boom box. It's like 1990s-esque boom box, so you know that you have a high intensity and a high emotion that you bring to the game. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about, Olivia? Are you happy with how your team got a win today?
Yeah, I'm proud of us because, like, that was a really good team that we just beat. I mean...
Yeah, that was their first loss of the year, believe it or not. They're 17-1 now after your defeat. I know, just one more question. I know I'm kind of holding you up here, but one more question, I'll let you go. How tough was it to face the pressure of Wyoming Indian? That was something that they really have done all season long, and score the ball at will, and just really try to waste as little time as possible when they're on the court, and score in transition as often as possible. Is that something you guys had to kind of learn through the game? Was it tough to play against a team that active and that quick?
Not really. I mean, we practiced this week. We worked on, like, they're going to be real quick and they're going to be down the court. And so we just got to really pick up our intensity and just match it with them and just not even really let the pressure get into our heads.
Well, thank you for joining me at halftime of the MyLocalRadio.com broadcast of the Lyman Eagles boys team between the Wyoming Indian Chiefs and the Lyman Eagles. Join us after this commercial break for more second half action from Ethete, Wyoming.
During the game. She was like, I'm not making that trip, it's so long. Thanks, Olivia. Appreciate it.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Back here in Ethete, Wyoming, where the Lyman Eagles boys team trying to come back here in the second half and get a win on the road. The girls team from Lyman was able to get a road victory earlier today, a 52-42 victory over those Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. Very nice ceremony at halftime. I believe they had a member of the community here that had an ailing wife, I believe, in the hospital, so they laid out a mat, as is customary, and asked people to donate, so everyone was coming down out of the bleachers and dropping some money on the ceremonial carpet that they laid out at mid-court. Very nice to see the community sticking together and really taking care of one another. So, just about ready to get set for second half action from Ethete, Wyoming. And it is Housekeeper to get the ball to start the second half in the backcourt. That is Kunzler. Kunzler drops it off to Dickerson on the baseline. Dickerson puts it up off the front rim, no good. And here comes Wyoming Indian going the other way. Wyoming Indian on the offensive end now with the ball. Up top, that is Bradford Brown with it. Brown goes over to Nate Hill. Nate Hill throws it away on the baseline, and here comes Jet Dickerson with it, trying to get the ball across the center line. Housekeeper throws it ahead to Kunzler. Kunzler going down the left side of the lane, puts it up, and a lot of contact, no foul, and the ball just knocked out of bounds, and it will remain with Lyman here as they'll get another crack at this possession. .7:02 to play here in the second half, third quarter. Lyman Eagles trailing 48-33. That was their halftime score. Still no points here in the second half. About a minute plus in. And that outside shot is no good. Rebound pulled down low from Lucas Hansen, and Lucas Hansen scores from in close. So Lucas Hansen gets the first 2 points of the second half, and we are underway. Minute and a half gone, 90 seconds into the second half, and the ball is poked into the backcourt. Housekeeper chases it down, gets the possession for the Lyman Eagles. Going back out towards midcourt, he's being double, steps through the double, and Jet Dickerson drops it off, and Lucas Hansen's got the first 4 points for the Lyman Eagles here in the second half. A 48-37 lead with 6:08 to play. Live on mylocalradio.com. Going to the left, Nate Hill is bumped into, and Nate Hill draws a foul against Lyman. Up top, that is McGill with it. In the corner, back to Hill. And into the backcourt. That's a backcourt violation. So Lyman Eagles score the first 4 points out of the break here. They have a chance to get this deficit into single digits with 5:43 to play in the third quarter. So don't just give up on the Lyman Eagles yet. Don't write them off. Lucas Hansen down low, inbound pass, turns around, banks it off the backboard, no good. Off the short side of the rim. Lyman have to get back on the defensive end. Ball poked out of Nate Hill's hands. Michael Kunzler racing down the court. He puts it up. No good. But Lucas Hansen following the shot, and he scores. Lucas Hansen with 6 here in the second half. All 6 of the Lyman Eagles points in this second half scored by Lucas Hansen. Down low, and that is cutting to the basket. Bradford Brown scores 2 more. And the Lyman Eagles down by 11 once again. Michael Kunzler in the left corner gives it out right. Housekeeper open for 3. Housekeeper walks into that shot, no good. Rebound able to be chased down by Bradford Brown. That ball is put up off the rim, no good, and that one is knocked out of bounds off of the hands of Nate Hill. And Lyman will get it with 4:49 to play. If you're just joining us, Lyman wearing their blue uniforms with white trim down the side, going on offense right to left here, inbounding on the baseline. Wyoming Indian in the white uniforms going left to right on offense, and that ball is poked away right at the center court line, and it will be Lyman possession there as a couple players narrowly avoided running into each other for Wyoming Indian. Colin Rogers gives it to Housekeeper. Housekeeper back to Rogers in the front court. Rogers working through the paint, and he traveled with it. 50-39 here. Wyoming Indian had 48 at the break. They've gone 3.5 minutes here. 2.5 minutes. Or 3.5. I had it right the first time. Sorry, it's been a long couple days here. First 3.5 minutes, they've only scored 2 points, make it 5 as Bradford Brown from downtown has got 3 more. Bradford Brown, all 5 points in the second half for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. Lucas Hansen with all 6 for the Lyman Eagles. Trying to get 2 more is Hansen. Hansen down low, misses the first shot, gets his own rebound, and is unable to get that one to go, and Wyoming Indian coming the other way. Jack Dickerson hits the hardwood pretty hard there. And they're going to call a blocking foul there, believe it or not. I think they said Jack Dickerson was just about moving. So it was on the pass, though, not on the shot, so no shooting foul, but the foul called on Lyman. They put up number 40 But on the scoreboard, Lyman does not have a number 40. And so I think that's supposed to be on Dickerson. He was the one trying to take charge. We'll have to see if it was updated correctly. Dickerson over to Kunzler. Kunzler moving to the right. Kunzler driving, puts it up. No good on that shot. But unfortunately for Wyoming Indian, Nate Hill was out of bounds when he caught the ball. So it will be Lyman basketball as Housekeeper walks to the table to check back in. Housekeeper going to check in for Alex Bradshaw. And Jacob Woodland also going to check in for Colin Rogers. 3:47 to play, 53-39 the score. Wyoming Indian leads, and that one thrown right to a Wyoming Indian player, and an easy, well, I was going to say an easy layup, but Nate Hill actually went for a dunk, and he didn't get the dunk, but the ball was able to be laid in. Kind of lost it on its way up. Lucky to get the 2 points there. 55-39, 3:38 to play. Lyman down by 15 at the break. Down by 16 right now. Housekeeper launches it all the way down the court. Anson tried to save it, but could not, and the ball goes out of play once again. Kevin Lueck pondering what to do on his bench. From the outside, Nate Hill, he's got a three. And that lead now at the largest of the game at 19, 58-39. Just when Lyman seemed to be making it a game at 9 points. A 9-0 run for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs extends that lead back to 18. Dickerson behind the back dribble, loses it, however, and a turnover gives it back to Wyoming Indian. Cutting down the lane, and a charge. Oh, wow. It was a charge call, and then the referee decided to change his mind. He called the block now. So that is unlucky for Jacob Woodland. Basket was good, and now they have updated the scoreboard. So 60-39 the score, with 2:59 remaining in quarter number 3 from Ethete, Wyoming, where the Lyman Eagles are going to need to do something quick to change their fortune here in this second half. Join us after this commercial break from mylocalradio.com.
Sometimes when you're shopping for a vehicle, you're not sure what you want, so you drop by and look at all the options. Other times you know exactly what you want. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, you can call us or schedule a test drive online. We'll have it ready when you get here. We're here to help you get exactly what you want on your schedule. So whether you want to browse or pre-schedule a test drive, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet is here for you. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Back here in Ethete, Wyoming, where Wyoming Indian has extended their lead to 21 points. Chance to make it 22 at the line with a free throw. 3-point play before the break. Foul called against Jacob Woodland. Trying to take a charge and did not get there in time. Free throw, up and no good off the left side of the rim. Ball pinballed around into the corner, and somehow Wyoming Indian comes away with it, and a three ball from the outside. Another one for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. 63-39 the score. Housekeeper with the ball near midcourt. Working towards his right. Gets it off to Jet Dickerson. Back to Housekeeper, back to Dickerson now. On the right side, Kevin Lueck steps on the court, calls that a play. Woodland gives it back to Kunzler. Dickerson was open for a minute there, decided not to shoot it, instead gets it down low to Kunzler, misses from in close. Luke Sanson trying to save it, but unsuccessful as he jumps out of bounds, and 63-39 the score, and Wyoming Indian will cross midcourt once again with it. Ball taken away there. Jet Dickerson coming the other way. Dickerson stops, waits for the defender to jump by him, and scores. So Lyman Eagle with 2 more. All the way down the court, an outlet pass results in a foul on Lyman here. Eagles just can't seem to get anything going since that early spurt here in the third quarter, in which the deficit was cut to 9. A 13-0 run for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs has made it a 22-point lead. From the outside, another 3 for Wyoming Indian. Making it look easy in this one. Kunzler gets it over center court, gives it to the Housekeeper. Housekeeper driving down the right side of the paint. He scores 2 more. 66-43, 1.5 left in quarter number 3. Final 90 seconds of action from this third quarter, and another 3. Wyoming Indian not shy about shooting the ball and extending their lead here in the third quarter. Seems like they haven't missed a shot in a while as well. Housekeeper goes up, Kunzler goes up, is fouled on the shot. Kunzler goes to the free throw line for 2 shots. Wyoming Indian hadn't scored for about the first 3.5 minutes of the third quarter, and all of a sudden when they started scoring, a flurry of action has ensued, leading to a 69-43 lead. Anson and Woodland checking out after Kunzler misses the first free throw. Second free throw, long, no good there, so Kunzler comes up empty. And a 26-point lead for the Chiefs with 1 minute on the clock in quarter number 3. Turner out to defend. Dickerson defending on the left side. Ball tipped out of the hands of Nate Hill. Nate Hill turns around the defender, spins around and scores with a foul being called. 71-43. Wyoming Indian right on pace to score 100, should they choose. Hill with the free throw makes it 72-43, a 39-point lead. Or a 29-point lead, sorry. My math is failing me late here on this Saturday evening. And Housekeeper cuts into the lane and scores, so Housekeeper still fighting hard, getting some points, trying to keep the energy up. 72-45, outside shot from Bradford Brown, who finally misses one from outside. Rebound pulled down by Colin Rogers. Big rebound there, and goes over to Housekeeper. Housekeeper crosses midcourt, drops it down low. Kunzler goes up through some contact, is fouled with 13.3 to play. 2 shots from Michael Kunzler oncoming. Craig Ferris talking to Nate Hill in the backcourt. Craig Ferris shouting at his players, "I told you not to foul." It's easier said than done as a coach. You can say, "I told you not to foul all you want," but, I mean, the players still have to abide by that. Kirk Ferris is saying, just put your hands up. No need to jump anymore. 0 for 2 from the line. Joseph Turner comes in, grabs the rebound, but unfortunately runs into his own man. Loses the ball. Goes out to Nate Hill, and Nate Hill scores to make it 74-45. Housekeeper in the backcourt, and that will end the third quarter from Ethete, Wyoming, where the Lyman Eagles they need to reset and try to make it an interesting fourth quarter with some offensive prowess. They trail by 29 after 3 quarters. Join us for the conclusion of today's action following this commercial break.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Back here at Wyoming Indian High School for the final quarter of action, where the Lyman Eagles are trailing 74-45. It will be Wyoming Indian possession to start the second half on the possession arrow, to start the fourth quarter on the possession arrow with a 29-point advantage. Nate Hill with the ball near midcourt. Ball knocked into the backcourt. Nate Hill picks it up, gets it off to his teammate. Three-pointer attempted from the outside, no good. Andrew Housekeeper fights for the rebound and gets it. Outlet down low. Kunzler backs it out, didn't have anything there. Housekeeper cutting down the lane, went up and came down with it because it was a jump ball there. Tied up by the defense. Inbound goes to Rogers. Rogers back out up top to Housekeeper. Nearly run over from behind. Dickerson in the corner. Three, no good. Colin Rogers fighting for the rebound. Instead poked out. Here comes Wyoming Indian the other way. And Bradford Brown misses the layup. And an over-the-back foul. We'll give back to Lyman here. LeBeau picks up his second foul. Housekeeper in the backcourt with it. Gets it off to Rogers. Rogers to Dickerson. Dickerson feeding in down low to Lucas Hansen, who picks it up off the ground and scores. Nice job there for Lucas Hansen. Nate Hill swerving through the lane, misses the shot. Rebound pulled down by Housekeeper. Gets it out to Kunzler, who nearly loses it. Able to regain composure. Picked up his dribble and fed it right into the middle of the paint where two defenders were. Nate Hill the other way. Looked like he was going to go up for another dunk, but laid this one in. Housekeeper going down the other end of the court. Knocked out of Anson's hands. Off of Anson. Out of bounds. Back to excuse me. Back to Wyoming Indian. Ball still. Excuse me, sorry. Ball was knocked out of the defender's hands in the backcourt. Michael Kunzler on the defensive effort. Do apologize. Something stuck in my throat there for a minute. Bradford Redman. Ball up top. Brandon Redman off to his teammate, Jacob LeBeau, senior forward. Cutting through the lane, Nate Hill drops it off to LeBeau, and LeBeau scores two more. Still pressuring up 31 here is Wyoming Indian, and they force a turnover. Three-pointer from the corner, and Colin Rogers gets the rebound. Housekeeper in the backcourt being defended by two players. Gets it across. Lyman has some numbers here. Dickerson pulls up just inside the three-point line and gets the roll off the rim. Got some of that help from the backboard. And Lyman has 49 on the night. Let's see if they can get to 50. 5:18 to play here in the final quarter. Lyman down by 29. And make it 32. Nate Hill from almost from Riverton that shot came from. About 30-foot three-pointer. Drops. Kunzler down low. Through a lot of contact. No call. But Kunzler scores. So nice job from Michael Kunzler. working through the contact to score. Another long three there from Nate Hill, no good. Rebound comes out to Dickerson. Dickerson across the center line. Dickerson over to Kunzler. Kunzler working towards his right. Kunzler goes up and is fouled on the near side of the rim. The shot fell off, but 2 free throws for Michael oncoming. Lyman going to head home after this game. Both the girls and the boys team. Girls still hanging around watching the boys. Long drive back home to Lyman, Wyoming. I'll be headed back to Evanston. About 3.5 hours away from here. Some substitutions coming into the game for Wyoming Indian. Nate Hill checking out, probably for the last time. At the free throw line for one more opportunity is Kunzler. Kunzler rattles it around and gets it to go. So Kunzler gets the Eagles up to 52 on the evening. 81-52, 4.5 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. As St. Clair with the ball on the right side for Wyoming Indian. On the outside, Lucas Anson down low, fights for the ball. Anson turns around, Housekeeper saves it off of Lyman, however, and it will be Wyoming ball. Some of the Wyoming Indian coaches were pointing towards their direction like it went off of Lyman. I think the official kind of abided by what the coaches were saying. Rebound down low. Ball squirts out to the corner. St. Clair with it. All the way on the outside. Jerry McGill. Gives it off to the corner where LeBeau has it. Up top. 3-pointer. No good. Rebound pulled down by Lucas Hansen. And they're going to call a foul on Andrew Housekeeper. Not exactly sure what Housekeeper did there. I think they said he reached in maybe on the rebound. 81-52 the score. 3 is on the clock. 3:33 in the final fourth quarter. Housekeeper with the steal. Coming the other way is Jet Dickerson racing it down the court. Gives it off to Turner. Turner threw a lot of contact. No call. And Kunzler gets the rebound. No good on that shot from in close. Ball squirts out to the ground. Woodland got it off to a teammate, and a foul is called on Wyoming Indian. So, nice job there from Jacob Woodland to keep possession alive. Foul called against Wyoming Indian. I believe it went against Taryn St. Clair, the senior guard. From the outside, Housekeeper misses that shot. Joseph Turner down low, cleans it up, and scores. 81-54 with 3 minutes on the clock. And another layup for Wyoming Indian. Might be trying to hit 100 here, I'm not exactly sure. But Andrew Housekeeper has had himself quite a day. 56 points for the Lyman Eagles today. On the outside, that three-pointer was missed by Bradford Brown. Pass overthrown there and goes out of bounds right at midcourt. 2:29 left. So once this game ends, I'm going to wrap up the game for about a minute or two, and then I'll end the stream. Join us for more Lyman basketball on Thursday when the Lyman Eagles play Lander on the road on Thursday. And then Friday I'll be in Kemmer, Wyoming for the Mountain View boys and girls playing Kemmer. And then Saturday, Mountain View at home against Lander. So I'll see Lander twice next week. Once at Lander and once at home for Mountain View. Lyman will have one more game next week against Lander, as I said, on Thursday, and then they're going to get set for a matchup between Mountain View and Lyman. That is on February 8th. It's the next game following that for Lyman. Jet Dickerson at the free throw line, misses that shot. Dickerson for one more, and touched every part of the rim except the right part for a shooter. Rolls out. Wyoming Indian with the ball. On the low block, turnaround jumper is up and good from Jerry McGill for Wyoming Indian. 85 on the night for Wyoming Indian. That'll be good enough to win pretty much 10 times out of 10 in any basketball game. Very, very rarely do you see a high school basketball team score 80-plus points, especially 85, and not win a game, especially in regulation, not even in overtime. Ball is around the rim, no good. Michael Kunzler down low, misses the shot, gets his own rebound. Kunzler goes up and is fouled with 89 seconds on the clock. Foul, by the way, was called on Kirkland Shakespeare. First time I've said his name today for Wyoming Indian. Second free throw from Kunzler is no good. Ball tapped around. Preston Brewer trying to fight for that rebound. Pulled away by Wyoming Indian. Bradford Brown from about mid-court. Shot that one. And he missed it. Foul called against Wyoming Indian. We'll send it down the other way for free throws. Alex Bradshaw going to check in. Jet Dickerson and Kunzler check out for the final time tonight. Joseph Turner. Turner rims it out, but somebody went in early from Wyoming Indian. I believe that was Bradford Brown. On the low block, entered the paint before the ball touched the rim. Joseph Turner comes up short on this second attempt, but the ball is grabbed by Braxton Brewer. Chase Richards gets it to Bradshaw. Alex Bradshaw in the corner. Turner, the three-point line, turning around, looking to find someone with it. Turns towards the basket, drives, and misses a layup. Outlet pass goes all the way down the court for Wyoming Indian. A couple of Lyman Eagles go to the floor, and a jump ball will give it back to, or give it to Wyoming Indian. Just about, or no, a foul was called. I thought it was a jump ball, but a foul called instead against Wyoming Indian. Just about ready to wrap up our coverage here from Alfred P. Redman Senior Gymnasium. And the first free throw, front end, is missed, and Wyoming Indian has it the other way. 85-56 with 55 on the clock. That three is badly missed. Out of bounds. Alex Bradshaw in the backcourt. Trying to get it across that center line. Over to Preston Brewer. Inside. Blocked on Blake Palmer's shot. Missed, but Bradshaw, or excuse me, that was Preston Brewer picking up the basket. Nice little offensive rebound and score there. 85-58, 25 seconds to go. Rebound again for Blake Palmer. Getting some quality minutes at the end of this game. Get some points for him. Turner goes up, is fouled, and with 14.5 on the clock, Lyman goes to the free throw line. Foul committed against Jerry McGill, his fourth. With 14.5 on the clock, Once again, my name is Sean Bennett. Thank you for tuning in to our coverage on mylocalradio.com. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, including Plains Tire, Rocky Mountain Yeti, West Star Printing, Castle Rock Chevrolet, Auto Farm, Castle Rock Chevrolet, Evanston Regional Hospital, mylocalradio.com, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Reese Auto Service, and Achieve Sports Medicine. And finally, Pet Minerals Labs. So if you're interested in using any of those businesses to help support the community, we would really appreciate it. Well, that's going to do it for us here. The final score from Alfred P. Redman Gymnasium, 87-59. The Lyman Eagles fall on the road. The Wyoming Indian Chiefs get another home victory. The Lyman Eagles girls team gets a 10-point win. The Lyman Eagles boys falls 87-59. Once again, join us next Thursday for Lyman at Lander. That'll be our next broadcast on mylocalradio.com, and please tune in to my radio show at 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday on KMYN Radio 99.1 and streaming at mylocalradio.com for all your Bridger Valley sports updates. That's going to do it for our coverage here. Thank you for joining us once again, and join us next Thursday for more Lyman Eagles basketball coverage.